Hi everyone, coming to you from Los Angeles, California, the home of the Dance Art and Life podcast. I'm your host, Dania the Gypsy, and this is a judgment-free zone. I'm looking for stories of dancers, musicians, and artists of all walks of life, their hard work, struggles, highs and lows of their careers, but most of all, the life lessons they've learned following their passion. My next guest are two gorgeous people, and besides being gorgeous and looking good, they are Ukrainian national champions, junior, youth, and professional, U.S. national professional ballroom champions, world show dance vice champions, and I'm sure they have a lot more titles on their belt, under their belt, whatever you say, however you say it. Welcome, Liliia and Iaroslav Bieliei. Hi guys.
Hi Daniel.
Thank you for having us.
You're very welcome. So, let's start from the beginning. We chatted before a little bit, and I want to know about your romantic life. First of all, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
We already drinking half an hour. This is vodka. This is Ukrainian vodka.
Ukrainian style. Sparkling.
Sparkling vodka. So, guys, you're the second couple I'm interviewing, and I kind of grasped already, how it goes. But I will always ask Lillia first.
Who was the first one?
Stefano and Bianca.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Yeah. So, where were you born?
I was born in Kiev, Ukraine.
Kiev, Ukraine, and Iaroslav?
Same.
Mm-hmm. So you born in the same hospital?
Kind of.
In the same village.
I'm paranoid because I had technical difficulties. I'm just checking if it's going. Okay, so same hospital?
Not quite.
Not quite. On the opposite side of the town?
Kind of. Yeah.
Kind of.
Actually,
okay.
It's true.
Okay, so Lillia, when did you start dancing?
I started to dance when I was 4 years old.
4?
Yes. 4 and a half.
With ballet?
Not just ballroom dancing,
ballroom dancing right away.
Yes.
And who brought you to dancing? Mama?
My parents, yes. My mom, she was, aware of ballroom dancing because it was really everywhere, and it is very popular in Ukraine. So there were a lot of advertisements. I think she found it in newspaper. So she brought me to the dance studio.
Newspaper. So there was no internet yet?
No, I don't think so.
But Lillia is still young. She's under 30 still. I need to confess.
Yes.
Okay, Yarik, what about you?
I started dancing September 1997.
Oh shit, he is like so precise.
Yeah.
97.
Well, I had time to think when she was answering.
Okay, so you were how old?
6.
6?
Yeah.
Okay, and your parents brought you?
Yeah.
Because they danced?
My parents didn't dance, but we have one family member. He was dancing, and
who
that's
was it?
why
Uncle?
It's not uncle. It's my mother's cousin.
Gotcha.
Kind of
uncle. Yeah.
We say uncle. Yeah, but technically, cousin of my mom.
Got it.
Yeah, and that's why my family was aware of ballroom dancing. And again, I think it's just such a positive activity. And in Ukraine overall, it is really popular.
Yeah.
Ever since. Yeah. So like Lillia said, it's a common thing for kids to choose between different, activities, and ballroom dancing is one of the activity that everyone is considering in the household.
Gotcha. All right. So, was he famous dancer or just ballroom dancing or teaching your uncle or?
In Ukraine, yeah, he was, I believe, champion in 10 dance in amateurs.
Oh,
and at that time, his school was one of the big ones.
Actually, I started in the same dance school.
Yeah.
So that's the studio my mom found through the advertising.
Wait. You met there?
Yes. We were not really aware of each other, but
when you were like 6 and 4,
I remember him from those times. Yes.
So you lay an eye on him already?
Kind of, yeah. He was really good when he was a kid. So everybody.
Now he is not good?
No.
He was good now.
He was good now.
You got me. No, I mean, he was always in the older class, and the teacher would always
point him out
as an example to the younger kids.
Yeah.
Yes, that happened.
Wow.
I think it was more of a good timing that, I don't think that was the rule that I was pointed out so much, because I was really struggling as a kid with my learning process in ballroom dancing.
Really?
It wasn't easy for me. Yeah.
Why?
For
Why?
different reasons.
Why?
I think I am overall a very slow learner. And I think expectation in the dance studio was that you have to do it, and you have to do it fast, and you have to do it good, like right away. Because the pressure was there for a lot of kids, because a lot of kids from the studio, they were quite successful.
Yeah.
They've been competing like internationally since 8 years old, 9 years old.
Yeah.
One of the good things about that studio of...
What was the name of the studio, if I may
The
ask?
name was Juventa.
Juventa.
Yeah, that's the name. I think one of the... there were good things and bad things about that studio that everyone encountered, really. I am cold-headed about like my judgments, because I really did see good and bad things. The good things, I would say, were that studio was extremely open to information. So teachers were never limiting information from students. They were not hiding good competitions from their students and clients. Unfortunately, that was the case for many studios at that time, and I believe even right now in some of the places in the world where studio... but I'm talking about like Eastern European closed club version of the studio, right?
Yeah,
so
I heard it. In Moldova was the same, and
so
other countries as well.
Let's say like a head teacher in the studio who is normally the owner of the studio and the responsible person, and basically he, she, or the couple decides which direction studio is going, who is teaching, who is in, who is out, like pretty much very like totalitarian control.
Yarik went right there into the dance politics and everything.
No, nothing about politics. I think it's just
I'm joking, man.
Way of managing the educational process for me more than anything else.
There was your insight though, right? Did you notice that already as a young kid, or
that stuff?
Yes.
Probably like under 12, pretty much everything I'm saying so far, I already I was
you knew
of
already, like you kind of
because I would speak to some other guys, let's say, and like first time I went outside competition was Junior Blackpool. I was, I think, 10 or 11 years old, right? And then talking to some other kids at the competition, they're like, oh, we never heard of that event, It's like we went to a different event, and they would name some like, much smaller. Of course, Junior Blackpool is the biggest competition for kids you can ever imagine, especially at that time. So they would name me some like strange competitions, and I'm like, how come you guys didn't go to Blackpool? That's like number one event. You went to something like in Poland, let's say.
Yeah.
No offense to Poland, by the way. I'm just like naming some, competition. Yeah, and
we weren't specific, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, like this is really strange. How come your teachers didn't tell you about like the best competition in the world, and they advised you at the same time to go somewhere else? Like even I was 10, 11 years old. Like to me it was a nonsense. Yeah, so that's why I was aware of those things.
So you were exposed to like the best competitions, the best teachers,
exposed to all of these great, opportunities. And a lot of kids were talented enough to grab them by the balls. It's a free zone. He said
by the balls.
Daniel said
we
judgment
can
free
curse.
zone.
We
people.
can curse. We can say anything.
Yes. Go ahead.
So a lot of kids were
it.
very, very good at it. I think I was not the one of those since the very beginning. So that's why, there was a lot of competition between the kids. Yeah. So the learning
within the
curve,
club, though, right?
Club. Yeah. Talking just strictly that club. Yeah. So that's why I felt like they're learning too fast for me. I need a little bit slower. Yeah. But Ukraine overall, and especially at that time, let's say not very liberal environment for learning. No one's gonna give you take your time to figure out.
Well,
so
in general, right? The eastern part
Mm.
of the world is like, come on, now, quick, good. Only the
Very
best kids,
demanding.
only the right.
So I would say I kind of found my way out, but I never thought of my educational process that I'm ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
The best case scenario, I'm like in the curve, sometimes behind the curve. But I think
so Lillia, your
me,
preview or assumption of Yarik
that was my
fake.
Yeah. That was my
she was like,
imagination
oh my God,
already.
You will be my
He's the best
husband
guy. Imagine I was 4 years old, but I clearly remember because he's a bit older than me, a couple of years. So I guess that was his last year, like in a young group, in a kids group, and he would. I remember he was about to qualify to the older group, which was like in another ballroom, and everything was very serious. So we had like a
just good timing, as
So he was like the oldest, the best before qualifying for the next group, and so he was like an example. I remember you were doing like waltz clearly in that second ballroom. So
Probably
that's my first memory of him. And our parents said we had like a picture like where we're together in a group for sure, but nobody can find it. So there's this myth about this one picture when I'm 4 and he's like 6 or 7.
Got it.
But no one can find it.
Okay, question.
I hope it exists.
Do you remember Lillia?
I think very vaguely I probably do. Yeah, because I
was like the younger.
I remember how she looked when she was like very.
I think my parents bought my first ballroom dress from his partner. Because I remember I had this pink dress, the juvenile little, dress, pink color. And Iaroslav's like, I think this is my partner's dress. So but I had my own company. Like we would 4 years old would hang out together, and he would be like so much older.
Yeah.
So
much older.
Yeah,
3 years old.
Like 50%
so
older.
Like 5 and 8.
Right.
50%.
I'm older than you. Don't talk to me.
Yeah, that's how it works.
All right, guys. So
we had a lot of fun
now
when we were kids.
What was your impression when you first time came to the studio?
Dance studio.
Yeah, dance studio. Okay, did you fall in love right away, or were you like when your parents presented the idea? Were you like, oh yeah, ballroom dancing?
I was kind of put between two choices. My cousin would do gymnastics back then.
Mm-hmm.
She was a little older than me then, and my mom said, okay, do you want to do gymnastics like your cousin, or do you want to try this ballroom dancing thing? And I was at the gymnastic training
What's
with her.
What's your cousin's name?
Daria.
Hi, Daria. If you ever
we are not in touch actually, unfortunately, but
if you ever see this interview, we mentioned you.
Yeah, so she's been really in a very tough environment, and she would cry at her training, and I saw that because like the stretching and everything is so tough. So I saw her struggling a lot, and I'm like, oh no, please, not gymnastics.
No, I don't want to
do that. Yeah, so that was my choice, and I clearly remember making that choice, but I don't quite remember as vividly those emotions I felt when I came to the studio. But I remember overall I liked it. And still until now, I think the thing that I enjoyed the most is the environment and the process and the communication. Yeah. Like the other kids, like
group
working
classes,
in the group. I love group classes.
Yeah.
So I loved that kind of environment most. I had a great teacher, and we're still in touch actually. Natalia Vladimirovna. She follows me on Instagram.
Здравствуйте.
Yeah, she's the best.
Здравствуйте.
And Iaroslav knows her as well.
How you say in Ukrainian здравствуйте?
Вітаємо.
Вітаємо.
Yes. So I had an amazing teacher, and I was like in love with her and everything she did. So that was like a great overall environment and community. I would say community. We had amazing friends. We would go like to McDonald's afterwards with our moms. So we would like hang out together.
When McDonald's
all the time.
was healthy.
It is actually much better in Ukraine than in the United States.
Yeah, I heard so.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
But that would be like a restaurant, high end. We would celebrate birthdays there. It would be really fancy in the 90s in Ukraine. Yeah.
Yarik.
So that was a good time.
What was your impression first time when you walk into the ballroom? Do you remember?
First of all, I think the impression was that the space is huge. That's the space you want to run immediately.
Yeah.
And a lot of kids were entering the ballroom. So that was cool. I really liked, I think the selling point for me was more, lifestyle, kind of. Because the building was beautiful, the ballroom was beautiful. Yeah. It was in the center of the city.
Yeah.
So it was, quite an experience.
Is the club still working?
Unfortunately not.
No.
Everybody kind of eventually moved away from Ukraine. And then I think teachers were not motivated to keep it going. Then recently the studio was in the historical building, which was the first Ukrainian parliament. And later on, the parliament is where the parliament right now. They moved it to another building. We're talking like many years ago. And the studio was there because that whole building was they called it like a building of teachers.
Teacher's house.
Budinok вчителя. Teacher's house.
Yeah.
So some part of it was a museum. They had some library, auditorium.
So it was not just ballroom dancing. It was all the teachers, right? From different...
No, that's the name of the building.
Just
the
historical name.
Got it.
So the building is huge. It served many years ago as Ukrainian parliament.
Beginning
in
of
1918, 1915.
Gotcha.
But then parliament moved to another building, which is current parliament Ukrainian. And in that building, we had museum, library, ballet school. It's very close to the
Must
opera
have been
theater.
Huge, huh?
Yeah, it's huge.
Yes, the ballroom studio was on the last floor, so that was pretty cool because the ceiling was tall, but no elevator, and the bathrooms were on the first floor.
Well, that kept you fit.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's just be honest.
This is the funniest thing ever, the weirdest thing as well. We still see those stairs in our dreams, both of us, like separately. We sometimes see those stairs.
You're dreaming about it.
Yeah, and sometimes actually horror movies
hallway as well.
And horror dreams. I mean, nightmares.
About stairs.
Yeah, it's like they appear in different scenarios in my dreams.
No, but really,
it's
like
weird.
the building is massive. So I think for me that was also one of the things that excited me because. It's the whole experience.
That made a huge impression.
It's like you're going on a journey. You're in the city center. You have this huge building.
So you weren't living in the city. You were outside of the city, or some part of Kiev, or.
No, everything is but Kiev is a really big city.
Yeah.
So
it was just a historical area, like very hard.
Very hard.
Like an old town.
Yeah.
So to say.
It is.
Yeah.
So I used to live like not far from the center, but it's, let's say, 20 minutes drive on bus if there is no traffic. If there is traffic, can be an hour drive.
Yeah.
So you are, I am 6 years old. I have to get on bus with someone.
Whoa, wait a second. So you're 6 years old and you go alone to practice?
With someone.
Oh, with someone. Okay, got it. Okay, it was like, okay.
Somebody would take him. I would go on with underground, like with the metro. Yes.
Yeah.
So we'd go out and then buy some snack and go to the dance studio. And then those stairs you would pass like folk dance club and then the ballet club. And there's another ballroom studio and then there's our studio in the last floor.
What was the other? Was it a competitor?
Yeah.
In the same building?
Yeah, the same building. Yeah.
We were on the 4th floor and they were on the 3rd floor.
Yeah. But there were like a lot of dance classes, ballet as well. And
did you take some ballet when you started?
Some dance studios, I haven't really seriously, but some dance studios, because I went through a lot, they had like additional classes. We would have like one time a week.
Wait. So you started in Yarik's studio. I call it Yarik's studio.
Yeah.
And then you left.
Yeah, I was
because
very
he broke
tall
your heart.
Always. No, that comes later.
Later? Oh, okay. Now we go into juicy stuff.
I was very tall always, as well as right now. So I was constantly...
How tall are you?
5'9".
5'9".
Maybe 5'10". So I was always becoming taller over summer and outgrew my partners. So I had to...
So in summer you didn't practice, and when you came back to dancing...
I was taller than my partner.
You were like a head taller than your partner.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
So I had to...
It's a common thing for kids.
It's a constant thing. So for example, when I was 11 years old, I was already about 5'8", 5'9". So that was a struggle for me to find a partner always.
Whoa. 11 years old, 5'9"?
Yes. 11 years old, I've competed in amateurs already because my partner would be 17 or 19 even. I've always had partners older than me later in my career. So that's why I haven't danced in that club for a very long time, maybe a year and a half, and then I switched to a different club because in Ukraine, usually the girl had to follow their partner to their home studio. So that's why I was probably in almost every studio in Kyiv eventually. So I've trained everywhere. And some studios, some clubs, they've had additional classes for their students, for the kids. So at some studios, I did take ballet as a supplemental.
As a
I didn't
part
really
of education.
enjoy it a lot.
Me neither. We had that too in Slovakia. They brought some ballet.
Now I kind of regret it. Kind of a little bit, because I sort of...
It's always like that.
Yeah.
You have an opportunity, you go like, I don't like it. And then later on you realize, I should have done it.
You really need it. Yes. So we kind of, in standard, we come back a lot to all those alignments that ballet has. It's like a fundamental for all the dance styles. So I kind of had an idea about ballet, but never took it really seriously.
Was it in the same building or somewhere else?
No, different studios. Different.
Studio.
Yeah, different.
Jarek, did you take ballet?
Yes, in the same building for maybe like 5-6 months, just as a supplemental to
as a part of training.
But we started ballroom dancing right away.
Got it. So when was your first competition? So you come in 4 years old, right?
Yeah.
How long did it take you to go to competition?
Maybe less than a year.
Less than a year.
Yeah.
And you had a partner and full shebang.
Yes, I bought a dress from his
of course.
partner.
Yeah.
Actually, the first competition was really good experience, but before that, we had something that was called open house at the studio. I really remember those, when we would train for some period of time, and then the teacher would invite all the parents to come in.
And it was so like a showcase / competition type of thing. Yeah?
Yes, so we had to dress up and kind of show our parents what we've prepared.
What you learned,
Yes. And my first competition, I was really excited. Up to this point, I don't know whether it was a legit result or everybody got first place. But I was
probably
really
not
happy.
In Ukraine.
No, I mean,
in America they get first place. All
everybody got first place in America, right?
Yeah,
everybody gets toys and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I wasn't really good, but I got first place. So I don't know.
So you won.
Yeah, but
from how many? Like 300
no
people?
Idea. No, that was a small event.
30.
No idea. Again, maybe I was uncontested.
Got it.
That kept me really motivated. I was so excited. I got that first place.
Gotcha. Jarek?
My first competition was actually in the studio on the 3rd floor. So in the competitor studio. They ran a competition for all the kids who just started dancing. And
but was it like Lilia's local competition?
It was for everybody in Kiev, let's say. So anybody could enter.
Got it. Like a local type of...
Yeah, it's like really...
small. Yeah.
I mean, relatively small, but I think we had maybe like 30 couples in my group or something like that.
Yeah, that's considered small in this.
It's actually a lot of people if you think. That was definitely a legitimate comp. No one got all first places. So I finished 4th, I think. To me, I was
30.
Very upset, for some reason.
It's very competitive.
But Leo.
Very competitive. Yes. Yeah. And by the way, the guy who won, Max Kapitanchuk, is teaching here in Los Angeles.
Kapitanchuk?
Yeah, Maxim Kapit.
He doesn't compete anymore, but he's teaching. Actually, a lot of people from that studio have moved to United States and were successful dancers.
And a lot of people are...
You need to point them out to me because I will. Now it's interesting. It's interesting.
So Max won, and he has been a great dancer. Really.
Wait. It's not Max Kapitalnikov.
No,
it's Kapitanchuk.
Different one. Yeah.
Blonde.
Yeah.
Blonde.
Yeah.
Like me.
So he got first place. I got 4th place.
Standard or Latin?
I think it was combined. Like
combined.
Six dances, like 3 dances standard, 3 dances Latin, something like that. And there were a few other dancers who made the final, and they were really successful later on. They were finalists in Blackpool under 21.
Yeah.
And some people turned professional and stuff like that. So really, like, I'm telling you, all the kids there, like that group of people were really,
By the way, my first partner is also now in the United States. So this is
What's his name?
Maxim Zaliznyuk. Saying hi to Maxim.
Hi, Maxim.
So this is really exciting.
Come to the podcast.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
A lot of our childhood friends are here as well. So I keep seeing them.
Got it.
But I like competition environment kind of right away. It was like, like a carnival. Everything is
because
so
you're
colorful.
competitive. Did you play other sports or like just straight ballroom and you stayed with ballroom?
No, really only dancing. Yeah. Just if I did any sport, it was in school, kind of just for fun.
Just a little bit,
serious,
soccer, whatever. hockey in winter, something.
Basketball.
Basketball.
Did a little bit.
Did you do some sports?
Not sports, but since 4 years old, my mom got me engaged in as many activities as possible. So I started to learn English right away at 4 years old.
Oh.
And I went to the modeling agency. So I did that a little bit.
I said she's gorgeous. Ha! So
Did that
did you
a little
model
bit.
at some point?
Yes. For like kids collections, we did runway.
Really?
Yeah.
How old were you?
Like 5, 6.
Kidding me?
Yeah. I
What
still
did
have
you-
pictures.
Why didn't you pursue? I mean, you have the features. I mean, come on.
Actually, at some point,
Yarik,
at some
good job,
point,
my man. Good job, my man. There we go.
because I was always tall. At some point, it was again very hard for me to find a partner.
Yeah.
I was around 12 years old, and my mom said, "Okay, maybe we just quit dancing and just keep up, like
How
come
did
back
you
to the
react
modeling."
when she said that?
I was okay because I liked both. So I'm like, okay, sure, let's try. So while we were searching for a new partner, we went into a few modeling agencies and we had like a few photo shoots. But
Yeah.
then somehow either I found a partner or something like
It
was
didn't work out.
Yeah, it didn't work out really.
Got it.
But I was like involved in all sorts of activities since young age.
Interesting. Did you model?
No.
No.
Now, I have a question. So, you did both tendons, right?
Yes.
Both of you,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
What was your favorite, standard or Latin? I mean, obviously, you standard, amazing fucking dancers, right? There's no doubt, right? But
Latin was always a struggle. I was so tall. I was always shy because of my height, and I would like shrink a little bit. It was this stereotype about Latin dancers
this
was
is
so
what I don't-
big.
people, listen, this is what I don't understand, right? If you ever see Lillia standing up, right? Gorgeous, right? Latin standard doesn't matter. And she's like, oh, I'm struggling. I'm
Honestly,
too tall. And this.
That stereotype was
going
big.
on?
That's what
Everybody
kids
would
are
say.
being told. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody would say, if you're tall, you're standard dancer. If you're short, you're Latin dancer. It was a huge stereotype, so you couldn't compete with that, and we would grow up with that. We would be so engraved in our minds.
Really?
Yeah.
Still is?
I don't think anymore. Like right now in my mind,
Yeah.
no, I don't think it's such a big thing anymore. As there are a lot of great dancers in
Yeah.
Latin that are tall as
Yeah.
well.
Taller,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think this is great because when we were growing up, it was like, oh, you're tall, you must be
We
standard
enjoy
dancer.
tall Latin couples.
I remember me too. I was in standard. I was always good. I didn't like standard at all. But I was tall, skinny, right? I was dancing Latin like 5 sticks moving
Yeah, same
across the
here.
floor. It was
Same
like,
here.
oh my God.
But you like it more.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
And I bought some top from my trainer, and he was buff, right? And it was hanging on me. I was like, oh my God, this is such an embarrassing thing. Anyhow,
Funny.
Iaroslav, Latin.
I liked standard immediately from the very beginning.
Why? Because of the structure?
I think I like, I really like the movement, that there is a lot of movement across the floor.
Yeah.
And then maybe that big ballroom impressed me from the very start, I'm thinking right now.
Yeah.
And also, I think I really like the music. Just that type of music, like American pop music, from beginning of the 20th century, right? That's the most like popular standard music. Yeah, so somehow it just clicked this way.
Got
So
it.
when people would say to me, oh, like Lillia says, stereotype, you're tall, you must be a standard guy. I just took it very lightly because inside I already kind of leaned towards that.
Yeah. Got it. That's interesting. No, because you strike me as a very organized guy and very structured. Is it true? No?
Yeah, we both are.
You both.
Yeah.
Right? Because standard is kind of like that, right? Like kind of in a box, so to say. Well, we like
Maybe.
to bend and break boxes, but
It's more like classical dancing. It has to be very structured to
Yeah.
look good because
I
you
think
cannot really hide behind some things, let's say, that you would in other styles.
exactly.
So you have to have a really, really good fundamentals in order to be good.
Yeah.
it's hard, and you need those things that Lillia has mentioned because of the close contact and proximity. So to dance together in contact all the time, it's true that it's much more technical, much more difficult to achieve things that even they might look very simple.
Yeah.
But to execute it this way, you know, you have to have a lot of work done. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I had a lot of struggles, and because you were tall, right?
Mm-hmm.
As I was, if you do something good, it looks fantastic.
Yes.
But
If you do something bad,
It's
it
really
looks
obvious.
triple bad,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
it's like a little bit lying down. That's it, right?
Cannot
It's
hide
very
it.
Yeah, cannot. Yeah,
yelling at you, yeah.
and everybody sees it across the ballroom, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And same goes for Latin. You know, you have one crooked line. It's like a huge crooked line.
Yeah, yeah,
If
yeah.
a shorter person does it, it's okay. Like you
Yeah.
can live
It's
with
a
that.
smaller
Yeah.
crooked
Yeah.
line.
Exactly. Yeah. I feel you, man.
Tall
I
people
feel you.
struggles.
In standard.
Well,
In
you
that-
should have been a model.
Yes.
Okay, so what would you say? How many partners did you have in your career? Oh my God, the
Oh.
wrong question. Wrong people. Wrong question.
A lot.
A lot, like 20.
No. Let me count.
Yarik, while she's counting, he's counting too.
No, I had like serious
Awkward.
partners
Awkward.
that
He's
I
much
had
better than me, though.
competitions, you know, and lessons and everything.
Yeah.
It was like regular. I think 5.
Only.
Yeah.
Including America.
Yeah. I mean, up to my retirement.
Really?
Yeah, from the beginning until the
But
and I feel like it's a lot.
twice Lillia. I already know some
Lillia has
kind
probably-
of backstory.
Yeah.
So twice.
Lillia I count one time.
Okay.
That
good,
was my
good.
next question. Should I count you twice or once?
Yeah.
Because we dance, then we split, then we
Yeah,
dance.
this
again.
is-
We come to
Yeah.
it. That's,
We danced
that's
twice.
a hot topic. I love it.
So if I
Okay,
count him
5.
once, then mine is 10. The number is 10.
10.
Yes.
So it's not that many. It's 10.
How
10
many
is a
partners
lot.
did you have?
Shit. She caught me on the spot.
Yeah.
Huh. 1, 2, 3. I don't remember.
More than 10?
Yeah, more than 10. I
Oh,
think.
see, you won. It
More than
feels
10.
like 10 is a lot. I mean,
No, it is a lot though.
I feel 5
it's
is
a lot for the amount of years I was dancing, probably because I was basically dancing with everybody no longer than 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Well, not with Yarik. Yarik longer.
yes, much longer with Iaroslav,
Yeah.
of course. What is it? 7 years last time over. Yeah, and before
Why did
that,
you retire?
Why did
Straight
you
on.
retire? Oh, a lot of, you know.
I asked him this question like 5 times already, and he gave me the answer, but I want to have it on the camera.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did
so
they
we-
give
I
you
tricked him.
5 times the same answer or a different answer? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
so
I
I
drink a lot.
genuinely personally lost motivation to compete.
Mm.
So it's not the retirement from, you know, dancing, but it's more like retirement from dance competitions.
Competitions, yeah.
Because
Are you still practicing, guys? Still training like full out like you used to for competitions, or
no,
no.
rarely if we need to try something we do.
Yeah.
But right now also we are freshly retired, so I think right now we're using this opportunity to have rest.
Yeah.
Really
Yes,
from
we had this desire to dance together a couple of times during last 5 months.
Yeah.
So only a few times we've really gave it, a full swing.
Who had the desire? You more or Yarik more?
I think it was kind of mutual.
Mutual.
Yeah, we're not.
I'm always open,
yeah.
but it's a lot of stress, among all the things that we've been doing during our professional career, and I mean practicing,
Mhm.
taking lessons, competing, doing some shows and traveling. I think practicing is the most responsible, the most stressful
Yeah.
element of our competitive career. And it's been, for me, competitions has been the easiest because it was really easy for us to communicate, to dance together. The competitions, we
Yeah.
would always perform much better than we would do at the studio,
Mhm.
which was our huge advantage. So competitions for me was the easiest part.
Yeah.
But preparation for competitions, because we're so organized and we are very responsible, we would always put a lot of pressure on ourselves, I'd say.
Yeah.
So that pressure is sometimes not worth it.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so
That was kind of
Pressure.
my reason.
wait. You
Mostly.
Leo too?
Taurus.
Taurus.
Are you into astrology? Weird, right? We're actually Scorpio and Taurus.
He's Scorpio?
No, he's Leo, but somebody told him he looks like a Scorpio, so
No,
we prefer that.
It's Lillia. Why you prefer that?
Because Taurus and Scorpio, they say, is better match than Taurus and Leo.
What about that?
She just changed his
We went into astrology.
birthday.
Identity.
Yeah, just birthday changed it. Yeah. No, but how does it work though?
What?
Does it work good?
Astrology?
No, not astrology. Liliia, she's a model. She's into astrology. No. How does it work between you? Like you, after the split, we need to come back to it. Okay, how does it work? You have, obviously you have a good relationship, right?
Yeah.
Are you fighting?
I think every couple has their disagreements sometimes, but
Oh, did you see how serious she got?
we don't really fight a lot, especially after retirement.
Okay, so it was more about dancing than relationship fights, right?
Oh, yeah. We would always have disagreements. Not always have disagreements, let me rephrase it. If we had disagreements, that would be at the practice.
Yeah.
But
Got it.
never in private life.
Okay.
Very rarely. Even still, yeah, we would start talking about dancing. And we would be
Dancing.
really passionate, and we were like, oh, but this, but that. And then we would start talking about it.
So
and
this was a
that would be the
smart
only
move
reason.
from you, Jarek, to just say, I
Cut
lost
that part."
motivation, cut the part, and we have a great life.
Yeah.
Right?
That's one of
You
the.
know.
He's a smart man.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
You know, being married and work together all the time, it's not the
It's
easiest
tough.
thing.
Yeah.
And many people, many people talk about it, right?
Yeah.
Does it help? Let's say if there's a dance couple, they dance together. Does it help if they were dating or they would be
Or just
married?
professional.
Does it not help? So we found it's both, right? So it's great when you share this lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's amazing that you get to spend your time together, that you don't have to leave your partner or your husband, your spouse for a month to go to train somewhere.
Yeah.
So you're sharing this great lifestyle and you travel and you're sharing the same dream, the same purpose. That's amazing. But of course it comes with some
Every day.
struggles.
Every day, on top of each other, right?
That wouldn't be an issue for us. We really like spending time with each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's the pressure of constantly achieving something together, and one person would be a little bit ahead and then another one will be a little bit ahead, or they
Dance-wise, though.
Dance-wise, yes.
Okay, got
I'm
it, got it,
talking
got it.
professionally.
Mhm.
So that, of course, is not easy in the relationships, because you cannot be if you would be only working together and you wouldn't have the private life, you could say, oh, hey, you're not doing your
part.
responsibilities, your
Yeah.
part, you have
Yeah.
to work harder. And of course, when you're in the relationships, you have to be really careful with but at the same time, you want to be improving and progressing in your professional career. So that is the struggle.
Did you take your fights home from dancing?
No, I don't think so.
I think we were really good at,
Separating.
in a way, separating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did it work? So
necessarily
let's
call
say,
it this
okay,
way.
you practicing, right? And then you had a fight in practice. I can imagine you fighting. You're the perfect couple for me. Every time I see you on the competition or somewhere, they're belong together.
And we were not,
You
by
know
the
what I
way,
mean?
during competition, if you see that was not us faking it or anything. Because really,
not
like Liliia said, competitions were
was our
stress-free
safe zone.
zone
Yeah,
for
yeah,
us.
for sure.
It went really,
We were
competitions
great.
were easy part.
No matter how the practice last night went, at the competition, we'll step out the notch and we would always do our best. And we would sometimes not even discuss oh, how did it feel? Or what do you like me to do more? We would say, okay, great job. Oh, I love how you do that. So competition, we would be really sometimes different people. But at practice, we would be really, especially me, I would be digging deeper and try to fix something. Not necessarily sometimes that had to be fixed. So that was more of
Got
the
it.
stress part. But
When are you born?
when?
When? What day?
May 4th.
May 4. Oh,
May the 4th be with you.
I feel like you are a little bit into astrology. You're so detailed.
No, I'm just checking, because when you're on the cast with Gemini or with the oven, it's some influence and stuff.
No, I'm not. I'm
No, I
pure
like-
Taurus with all the
100%.
bad
like
stuff.
my brother. Yeah.
Yeah, very
Like my brother.
stubborn. So that's
Stubborn.
why it's hard to fight with me.
Stubborn. Yeah.
So
Got it.
yeah, so that was competition was our safe house. We were
Yeah.
great. But practicing sometimes was challenging. But I think because of some disagreements we had, we were actually improving. I'm reading one book right now, and it's about relationships, really. I'm actually listening to the audiobook by Jay Shetty, his new book. So he says that conflict or any disagreements...
And this episode is sponsored by...
Jay Shetty.
Hopefully. One day.
Go ahead.
Amazing audiobook. I'm listening to it, and he says that in any relationships, conflict is actually helpful. If you have no conflict, that means that you are hiding something or pretending.
Yeah.
So any couple obviously has disagreements in private life and professional life. So it's great because you find the truth. You learn more about the person, and you learn how to work.
What did you learn about Yarik through the disagreement?
Oh gosh, many things. Just
okay,
about
before we go to
so
that,
much. He's
I want to keep the
person.
timeline because we derailed a lot. I'm so interested in this. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay, so you had partners, right? 5.
Yeah.
Right. Now, your first partner was obviously not Lillia.
No.
Second partner was Lillia? Not yet.
No.
The third partner was Lillia.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah? No?
Mhm.
Yeah?
Okay.
Third partner was Lillia. Okay.
The middle finger.
Oh, stop it. I'm just counting. This way or this way, it will always be.
It's always a middle finger.
No, but then the pinky then is... Okay. So, third partner was Lillia.
Yeah.
And then for you, was he middle finger?
No.
The 10th?
Middle finger on the other hand.
On that hand, yeah. 7th.
Oh, I'm curious. Let's see.
Okay, go ahead.
Probably 9th.
Oh my God.
She
Right?
had experience.
Right? No,
Right.
8th.
8th.
The infinity.
Okay, so...
Infinity.
8 is middle finger.
You think so?
Yeah, on the other
1,
one.
2, 3, 4,
perfect.
5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's a
Good.
destiny. It's
Yeah.
destiny. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Okay. So how old were you when you started dancing with Yarik?
16.
16. And Yarik was 18.
18.
19.
19,
18,
yeah.
19, right? How long you danced at that time? Because they split.
We danced together not longer than I danced with any other partner.
Maybe like year and a half.
Year and a
Year
half.
and a half.
A little longer maybe, yeah.
And you had some good results.
I would say
Yeah.
we had good results. We were struggling, I remember, a lot with teachers because
Finding teacher.
finding like a good home teacher in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Because we were
Got it.
kind of,
By
and I think
ourselves,
that
yeah.
was one of the reasons probably we felt so much pressure and gave each other hard time. Especially I gave hard time to Lillia.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was better than you when you
Yes.
started.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, you danced better than me at that time.
I don't remember even that.
And
but I
because
remember that
Lillia was looking up to you because the memory of 4 years old and
Pop up.
Yes.
you 7 years old and you were
Beautiful.
so gorgeous and you were like, oh my God.
So I think we were struggling.
Imagine I look at this guy, he's 19, and I see this 7-year-old boy.
Yeah, I was like, oh my
Oh,
God,
you
you're
look so
cute.
good.
Yeah.
So we were struggling to find the right teacher who can kind of guide us.
Yeah.
And I think
Didn't
we
have
never, sadly, we never found one. And then we
Still to
split.
this day.
No, at that time.
That
I'm
time.
talking
Okay.
before we split.
Yeah.
Maybe even to this day.
I was
Oh,
just
shit.
about to
Yeah.
say, we were kind of on our own.
we are by ourselves. Yeah, but at
But
that time it was
isn't
very
every
critical.
couple like that? Like looking for, like you have some mentors, you have some
Mhm.
teachers, but isn't it always like that? Like I feel in ballroom dancing, you always on your own as a couple.
I think different people have different experience,
Mm.
definitely. For some people, it works, and I think they're lucky in a way, and it's easier. They're like within this community of people, can be a club or some team or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
That was not our case all the time. Yeah, but right now, like, I mean, we were like even last period of time we were competing, we were not even searching or looking for anything. We were
Yeah.
perfectly fine with just ourselves. We
Yeah.
accepted the
You
the
accepted
reality.
that it's right. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
10 years after.
Yeah, so at that time that was a struggle to find the teacher,
Mhm.
and this is where we practice, we fight because of practice, and
Yeah,
we
yeah, yeah.
wanted to make it better. But I
we
would
had
say
good results. We were in the
Yeah.
final in England and the international championships in
under
youth.
21.
Yeah,
Yeah,
under
yeah, yeah.
21. And
we had some like good results.
Yeah,
and at that
gotcha.
time, which was great, and I really wish for everyone right now to experience that. We had one organization. So you go to England, you come back, you compete against this huge talented like mass of people from all over the world.
Yeah.
So puts pressure on you, but at the same time it's like
how many
very
do we have
interesting.
now? 3 professional, 3
I think at least
amateurs,
Worldwide, 3
yeah.
at least. In
Right.
Ukraine, before the war, there were a lot of local national organizations as well. And unfortunately, that really doesn't help.
It doesn't,
Yeah, so we had the benefit of that too, that kept our excitement going, but at the same time, I think that put pressure on us, and we put that pressure on each other, and then we just fight and other.
Got it. I want to ask you something, and I forgot. I got lost in the moment.
Too much data.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Shit, I forgot what I wanted to ask.
About
How we
when we
split.
danced first time together.
Yes. So, did you work with several teachers when you were dancing the first time? Or
It was
just
really
one
random.
or just
It was
No,
so
it was
random. We had
random.
no
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah, we had.
Oh, I
we
know
had
what
no
I wanted
plan.
to ask. This was just fill-in question. So, who was managing your dance career at that time? Like, was it parents? Was it you alone? I mean, you were 18, right? 19, kind of adult, right?
When we were dancing.
Yeah,
Managing in which way? Like which competition to do or what
Competition, finances, like what? How did it look like?
Well, I mean, finances were coming not from us. It
Well,
was
of
more
course, yeah,
parents,
yeah.
right?
From parents.
But
Did you start teaching already at 18 or
yeah.
something?
A little bit.
bit, yes, a little bit.
Yeah.
I've organized the whole trip to Blackpool for me and another 3 couples when I was 15.
Cool.
So I was like responsible for airplane tickets, hotels.
Structured people.
Yeah, so that was like
Unlike me.
I love organizing.
Yeah.
And so we and Iaroslav is the same.
Yeah.
So when we dance together, I think we would be like scheduling and planning and kind of trying to figure out the things we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Thank you. And but of course, financially we would depend on our parents.
Got it. Thank you, mom and pop.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's
That was
interesting.
our first time over.
Okay, so we come into the split. Who dumped who?
We both did.
I was not.
You told me something else, Lillia.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
We were
so
chatting
I-
outside.
I wasn't a very nice partner to deal with, I admit. And I was
Now
like,
you are, but before you weren't.
now he's
when
better.
we were dancing
better. He's
together
better.
first time. So I would behave, weird way, especially during practices and everything
Question,
like that. So when Lillia,
question.
Yeah.
Were you together when you danced the first time around?
At first, yes.
Yes, for a couple of weeks.
Oh, for a couple of weeks.
We started to date, but then
Wait. I need a timeline. Okay. So
Okay.
you had a tryout.
Yes.
Obviously, you knew each other, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you lost the partner, you split with the partner, and whatnot,
Yes.
Yeah.
and then who called who?
We were kind of. We had
In
this
each other's
version of Facebook that was called Vkontakte.
contact. Yeah, I know.
So we'll be,
I
like,
have an
chatting
account. I have an account.
Yes, chatting
yeah.
in there and then just
Well, okay.
eventually.
So you were chatting because you were interested in dating Lillia,
I
or
think dancing more.
dancing.
Yeah.
So you weren't interested in. Ooh.
I didn't know, how he would answer.
Ooh. Now we come into the deep part. Okay, so dancing. You were strictly dancing.
Mhm.
So you started. So you
We had a
had a tryout.
Yep.
Right in the 4th floor or 3rd floor.
A different studio.
Different studio. Okay.
Yeah, I think
I'm
so.
just fishing for data. Okay, so you had a tryout and then you started to dance together. You said, okay, we're good.
Mhm.
Correct.
And then how long after did you start dating?
I don't even remember.
Maybe a
Do
few
you-
months.
Yeah, maybe.
A few months after.
Yeah,
Mhm.
For 3 weeks.
about so.
Oh, shit.
Really? So short?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yes.
Oh, she
Absolutely.
remembers.
I remember.
Ooh, she remembers. Ooh.
Here
It's
it
right
comes.
there.
So Iaroslav said
Here it comes.
his he would prefer professional relationships between us. And so he said that he wouldn't date me anymore, but he would like to dance with me. So I was like, okay. So we danced together, but we wouldn't date. That was for about another year or even longer. Yeah.
Wow. And you were okay with that?
No, I was crying like every day because I still liked him a lot. And he would be like a partner from hell.
Oh, yeah.
He would criticize me every day that I was like doing the wrong technique or something like that. So that wasn't a fun time for me. So then I had, we've danced a competition maybe in February. And then I had an offer from another partner to dance with me. And I don't know where that came from. Like, you know, we would still be partners, but he gave me a lot of hard time. So I'm like, okay, I'm probably going to accept.
He knew about it?
No. So another guy offered me to dance with him, and he was like so much better than me and much older than me.
He was better than Yarik?
I don't know.
I think it's hard.
It's different. It's hard to evaluate.
Anything Lillia would say right now, I'm okay with. I really have no problem with that. It's hard to say because that guy would be so much older than me as well.
Yes.
Like,
so
we were in under 21 and that guy was professional.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So you know, it's like better and worse at the same time because yes, at that age, probably at that moment in time, better, but potentially maybe not really because again of the age and
It
was a big age gap.
You were 16.
So I was 17 years old, and I got this offer from a guy from like a quarterfinal in Professional Open in Blackpool.
Wow. Yeah.
So of course I was really humbled, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a good opportunity, and I honestly didn't feel very happy at that time.
Yeah.
So I called Iaroslav on February 14th to dump him as a dance partner.
Valentine's Day. Hello.
I had to do it.
Wait. But you told me he dumped you. No, he dumped you romantically.
Yes.
So you got back to him.
With a revenge. Bam.
Oh, shit. That's some Italian drama over here.
Ukrainian drama. Yes. So we had that story. And so I went to dance with this guy in Professionals. So that was a big jump for me in my career.
Yeah.
I really feel very grateful.
Standard only, though.
Standard only,
yeah.
My
Who
partner's
was it?
name Denis Donskoy. It was in Russia. Yeah. So I went to dance with him. That partnership didn't last long, but I would say I've learned a lot from him. Obviously, he's been so experienced at that time, and we would go to Blackpool as well. We would be in the final of Rising Stars right away. And that was a great career jump for me. And of course, I turned professional when I was 17. That was very early, and I don't regret it. I've had a long professional career. Yeah, so that was the end of our...
So you dumped
Iaroslav,
professionally?
Yes, we had
she
like a 1-1.
Hey, don't mess with girls romantically. That's it. That's maybe a lesson for life. Okay, how did you react, Yarik? Were you heartbroken?
I think I react kind of calmly because I thought probably I deserve it. So, you know, what can I do?
So you recognize...
Wise
and
man.
I realize...
What?
Wise man.
Yeah, and I realized that at that particular moment in time, I think it's a good move for Lillia in her career because she can learn. And as I said, I remember...
So you recognize that you weren't like holding grudge or whatever.
No problem with that. And
you were kind of like, I was treating her bad and whatever. Yeah.
And I'm thinking... We've been struggling against so much. There is no teacher here. Opportunities are not, that great. So maybe that, that's one of the ways to solve the problem. Except not for me, but that's okay. Yeah. So I took it as it is. Yeah.
Wow. So you looked for another partner?
I did. I had this idea because I'm not coming from a family of like many opportunities.
Yeah.
So
you mean
I was
like financially
and just
what?
In terms of entrepreneurial spirit or whatever. Like all of my families are different teachers, academics, let's say, right? So it's like a very particular like layer of people, especially like post-Soviet Union, era.
Mentality,
I do know.
Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe I should also move like to another country to dance because I felt like probably opportunities would be better, which I did. And after
so how old were you?
some time, how old were
20.
20,
around
21.
20, 21. Yeah, I
Yeah.
moved to Canada. Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah, it took me some time to find a partner. I found one.
Who
and,
was it?
I moved there. Her name is Virginia.
Virginia
and
who?
she's Virginia Primo. And she's still
The
dancing.
world is so small.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
so she's still dancing quite successfully.
Yeah.
She's in a, I don't know, in a good way, I guess, for career, stubborn person.
Yeah.
So she's still dancing. She's an amateur, and I've seen recently she made final at the UK Open.
Yeah.
She's doing good, yeah.
But she has a background of dancers, family, right? Family's
right.
whole dancing studio and so on.
Yeah,
I had the not opportunity, but I was chatting with her to get like a tryout on
With
the
her.
German Open, but it didn't work out. We didn't
I see.
even meet,
yeah.
so it was kind of like
Yeah,
okay,
so we
whatever.
danced for probably, I don't remember, a year or a year and a half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you were Canadian champion.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't say that.
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Oh, well,
Yeah, because
okay.
at that time, unfortunately, organizations split. So in one organization,
Got
which is now, let's say, like WDC,
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
first, but that was really small.
Yeah,
And
gotcha.
then another one that was more like WDSF, we were actually fifth, and that was such a bullshit result.
yeah.
But I said like I want to compete there. I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think that people would just do things on purpose just because we kind of belong to a different group, and that was the case, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because really, like, I will just say it. You guys make your own judgment. But when we were fifth, the couple that were fourth could have been like my student, basically, in terms of level of dancing.
Wow.
But just because of all this
Yeah,
internal
yeah.
politics,
Yeah,
then
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it is what it is. That was the last WDSF related competition I've danced in my life, because
Got it.
there is no point to prove anything to anyone. So
Yeah.
that was the
I mean, at that time it was really like
People were
this is
very
wrong.
polarized.
This is
Yeah.
very polarized.
you dance certain routine, even you dance it well, but it doesn't match certain idea of style. So they say
That's
you
it.
belong to another group.
Exactly,
It's
yeah.
ridiculous. Yeah, ridiculous.
So, Lillia split with you,
Yeah.
right? You went to Canada for 1.5 years. How did you end up in America?
I moved back from Canada to Ukraine with the
Mhm.
idea that I don't want to move anywhere from Ukraine.
Because
Because I thought that after seeing the, let's say, Canadian way of how the dancing is, and even American, because I would travel to here from Canada for many competitions at that
Mhm.
time as an amateur.
And lessons, right?
So I'm
Yeah.
thinking, with this knowledge that I got from North American kind of way of life, I think you can make it
okay.
even in Ukraine.
whoa. Way of life or way of dancing? Because you mentioned dancing, so also way of life, or was it dance? Only dance related?
No, life in terms of how things work, like how you speak to people, how you, like a business way of
Gotcha.
entrepreneurial.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm thinking I got enough, vision for myself. I think even in Ukraine you can make it. So I
Yeah.
think I took it more as a educational,
So you came back when you were 23, 22, 23, right?
I think it was 2013, so I must be 22.
22.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm thinking I'll just stay in Ukraine, and I wasn't sure if I want to dance professionally, compete at all. Yeah. So the
you
idea
were
of
amateur. You were amateur.
amateur, yeah.
Still amateur.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so the idea of not dancing was there
Already.
since- yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why when we retire, that's not something new for me personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was in Ukraine, and then in Ukraine we had revolution, 2013, when people overthrown the government, the president that fled to Russia. So that happened.
Revolution of Dignity, they call it
we
now.
call
yeah.
it Revolution of Dignity.
2013,
Okay.
14.
So
I'm learning something new.
It's just a coincidence that I split, I came back to Ukraine, the revolution is happening, and I can see that a lot of changes are coming. I saw a lot of
for the country though.
for the country.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, the
And
things,
obviously it
things
it influenced everything.
Yeah, that
Dancing,
I have seen
live. Yeah,
Everybody, yes.
Mhm.
The things that I have seen, I don't wish anyone to see and to be in that state, because I definitely saw the collapse of the government in any form, where there is police and there is no police. There is some government institution and there is no government institution. So it's
like in between, and nobody knows what the fuck is going on.
You see people, you see armed people on the street who are not a police, and you're thinking, what are they going to do? Because they can even shoot me, or they can shoot each other. Should I be outside? Should I stay at home?
Wow.
You know, it was really tough times. And I have been, like a lot of people in Ukraine, also involved in the protest. I didn't do anything heroic or anything like that, but definitely, you know, as a normal like Ukrainian citizen,
went to
there
the
was
street
a voice.
and
That and a small part of it was my voice as well, to be heard. But what happened after is that I did not want to move away from Ukraine, but I realized it's going to be very hard. You know, the inflation jumped, and like many things were not organized.
it's like a reset, starting over. Like
Kind
you
of,
don't even know what
Big
will
crisis.
happen.
Really, that was really a crisis. But
were you there at the
Yes.
time?
yeah.
My line goes parallel. My
that's
like
parallel.
timeline goes
Yeah.
parallel.
Okay, so
So
We'll
at
come
that
back to
time,
it.
because you asked me how I moved here.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so we have family friends. They live in Orange County, and I've been in touch ever since, because when I was in Canada, I would visit them sometimes when we had competitions here and stuff, and they were like, you know, emailing me and texting me and worried about, you know, what's going on. And they said, wow, you know, like you must be exhausted and tired and all of this stuff, which I really was, because it was really stressful.
Question before you continue.
Yeah.
Did you do anything dance-wise while this was happening, or
Only
you were
teaching.
only teaching?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't
he was
have any
teaching.
partner, and I was not really looking actively.
Yeah,
I did have, I think, few tryouts, but I was not into it.
Yeah.
Really, just emotionally.
Your mind, emotions were somewhere else. Yeah, gotcha.
So then I went. So the family friends, they said, "Why don't you come just to rest, like in a different environment?" For a
to
few
Orange
weeks.
County, to US. Yeah.
They said, we buy you ticket, just come here, stay with us for some time. And then I'm thinking, that's fine. I can do that. So I went to them, and it happened that I was only going to make like a short trip for a few weeks, but I ended up staying here, dancing,
Finding
teaching,
a partner.
dancing with Olga.
Was it Olga?
This is where I found her.
Yeah.
And this is like very, very spontaneous move.
Hi,
And-
Olga.
Yeah. If she's watching, maybe she's not watching.
Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll
So,
figure it out in
Very
the studio.
grateful. Very grateful
Olga, comment below.
Yeah, comment below,
and like and share.
like and share.
Very grateful to her as well for that time, because I learned a lot from her. She helped me a lot as well. Yeah. So this is how I ended up kind of moving here and staying here. Yeah.
Olga helped all of us in a way, because Iaroslav moved here and she showed him around. So when I moved here, Iaroslav showed me around, and he knew already. That was very soft landing for both of us.
Yeah.
So that's how I kind of moved
Neither
here.
of us planned to move, especially to California in my case.
Why?
Yeah.
I've never been to California before I decided to move to California.
Did you go to other US?
I've been to New York and Florida. I loved it, but I had no idea what California looked like before I decided to move. Yeah.
I loved California from the beginning.
Yeah, me
Because
too.
when I was 13, I didn't even travel till I was 17, right? But I was always watching Tupac. You know, Tupac. I was huge in the rap and stuff. And I was always watching his music videos. And it's all LA.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, LA. And
That's
I never even thought I will end up in America, because I went to Switzerland, right? I stayed there 11 years. And then all of a sudden, like, boom, America. And I'm thinking back, and I'm like, did I condition myself for America with Tupac?
It's
you know
propaganda, for
Maybe,
sure.
You know what I mean?
From the, we watch a lot of movies, playing computer games. We see all of these places. I'm not saying they're bad, but I think
You
there is
into this stuff, because we were chatting about some books and stuff, But yeah, you into stuff like that. I
Which
love
one?
that. Though.
Propaganda stuff?
No. Like working with the mind, expanding your mind, working with visualizations, stuff like that. So I already can tell.
For sure. Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
I think definitely there are certain things that influence ourselves, our view of life, and decisions we're going to make, and they're like very, very subtle.
Yeah, subconscious almost.
It's like I said to Lillia recently, just analyzing like my life, right?
Yeah.
So I studied in school in Kiev, right? That school was specialized in English language, right? So that's the first kind of.
Was it like a college or was it
high school?
High school.
Yeah.
High school.
But we have from first grade till the last grade one school.
Elementary, middle, and high school. It's the same building.
Yeah,
everything in one.
We too
Right?
in Slovakia. Yeah.
So and then my school, when you enter the school, there is a huge installation that is like glowing in the dark and stuff like that. It's like really highlighted. The
like
countries
neon stuff type of thing, like
no,
lights.
not neon, but it's more like Soviet kind of avant-garde stuff.
Yeah.
But the installation is about countries of the Commonwealth, British Commonwealth. So UK, Australia, New Zealand,
Canada.
United States, Canada. I think we had India probably in the Commonwealth.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I think
not the United
I think
States though.
Huh?
United States not in Commonwealth.
Maybe not United States.
Probably separately. You said you studied the history.
Separately, the geography. Yeah. But we've been kind of conditioned for this part of the Western world. Let's say the English speaking these countries and stuff like that. So then I'm thinking, when I started ballroom dancing and I was going to England so many times, maybe already from the school there was some condition. Then I moved here and I live here right now and participate in this way of life. Maybe there was a condition from the early on. Because we studied, in my school, we studied geography of United States. Rocky Mountains.
Which we didn't.
I didn't either.
Yeah, because we had those lessons on, those English-speaking countries and what's the political system, what's the geography and demographics and stuff like that.
I never had that.
Pre-programmed to immigrate.
Yeah, so I'm like perfect citizen of any of those countries because I already
know
the I'm familiar.
Of course, we went to England so many times for lessons.
But at that time, England was the mecca of dancing, so it wasn't. I don't think you were preconditioned. It was like almost a law to go to England to take lessons and to because at that time England. Well, but you know what I mean, like.
It still is.
You didn't
but if
go anywhere else,
if I studied French in school, would I be more leaning towards going to England so many times?
Did you?
I didn't study. I'm saying if my school would have been specialized in French language, right? So that's a different set of.
I know what you're saying.
Views.
Yeah, gotcha. All right. We derailed.
So
we're going to my expanding situation.
Tupac
Shakur. No, but I was watching and I knew all the buildings and everything. Like I came to downtown and I was like, this was in the video clip. This was in the video.
Awesome.
This is where he was standing. And it was like, oh my God, I'm here. It was like a dream come true.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty exciting to see those places and buildings that you saw in the movies. And to realize you actually live in this place. It's pretty exciting. If you're watching from anywhere else in the world, it's
now
cool.
the movie Speed.
Yes.
Right, with
all over LA.
Keanu Reeves.
Yes.
Man, and I watched the movie so many times.
Heat, another movie.
Yeah. And I was like, wow.
Yes.
So cool.
Definitely.
So cool.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite is Dirty Dancing, though.
Yeah? But that's New York.
Dirty Dancing. It's like my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyhow, Hollywood movies. We're coming to that because you have a show and I want to hear all about it.
All right.
So, but before we go to it, so you came to US, right? And how long? Okay. were you in contact while you weren't dancing together? Like, so you split, you hold a grudge, you say, fuck off, you treat me bad, I'm going my own way, that's it, right?
Yes, pretty much. Yes.
I guessed right. Yes. And then, so you didn't hear from each other at all, or were you some kind involved in your lives, or in contact, like the Instagram?
I mean, we saw each other on social media, and we saw each other at few competitions.
Yeah.
We didn't speak with each other at all for a few years, and then when I
because of the grudge, or because
we
like
didn't have
anything
in common back then, right?
Right.
We were really like not.
Yeah.
Right.
So my maybe I will clarify with my next point. When I came back to Ukraine after I danced
from Canada,
I'm thinking, why am I so, let's say, upset with Lillia? She didn't do anything bad to me. That was my.
Whoa.
So he was upset.
Still 1.5 years after, you still.
He admitted it.
Now? Just now?
No, at that time.
At that time?
Yeah.
No. But he admitted to you now? You didn't know it?
No, you knew it.
I mean, I knew it, but I mean, he said he took it calmly, but actually, see, he was upset.
She pays attention what he said.
Always.
You guys pay attention to my words too much. My vocabulary is limited.
And you didn't drink. Just bubbly water.
It's vodka.
Bubbly vodka.
Bubbly vodka.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, why am I, so weird? Why am I so weird? She is a very nice person. She didn't do anything.
The whole time you were dancing in Canada, you were still thinking about Lillia.
I don't think I was thinking about Lillia, but it's strange where you're not in touch suddenly with the person who you've been in touch before.
Yeah.
On everyday basis.
It's
just not normal, I think.
But after come on, man, you gotta, you need to get your story right, because you kind of like, yes, right?
I think he was thinking of me.
Yes. He was like, I'm in love. I'm in love.
Well, you have to listen to the next part. So probably.
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
Because, I mean, after 1.5 years, you kind of forget the person, and that's it, right? Like, okay, she hurt me, she broke my heart, okay, whatever. Bye. But you came back to Ukraine, and you're still thinking about Lillia? Well, I know why, but you know what I mean? Like,
so while I was away and he was in Canada, my partnership with this partner that was older than me was very short, maybe about 5 months. And I came back to Ukraine as well. So while he was in Canada, I was already back to Ukraine. So we kind of missed each other.
Yeah.
He left, I came back.
Yeah.
And I was again looking for a new partner for a very long time, maybe more than 7-8 months. And I was traveling to Poland, to Italy for different tryouts.
Yeah.
Nothing worked out. So I was really depressed, actually, at that moment of time. Couldn't get out of apartment. And there was a guy who offered me to try out. And I really didn't even think we would dance together. We just started to practice a little bit because I wanted to get out of that depression state.
But was it a Ukrainian guy?
Yes,
or something?
Ukrainian partner I had afterwards. His name is Igor. So after a few weeks, we danced together, and we decided we would give it a try and start to compete. And we had great results in the end of the day. Yeah. We were Ukrainian professional champions twice.
Congrats.
And we were first at the International Rising Star Championships in London. So we had great results.
That's pretty
good.
And
in the final in Rising Stars in Blackpool as well.
Wow.
We were European finalists. So
professionals,
yes.
Yeah.
So we went on and danced together with my Ukrainian partner, Igor. And this is when I was still dancing with Igor. Iaroslav came back to Ukraine
Ukraine.
So this is where we met.
Gotcha. So you met in the studio then? Or just you reached out?
I reached out to Lillia because, as I said, I will finish my...
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So I'm thinking, why is it so weird? Lillia is a very nice person, very kind. She didn't do anything bad to me. Everything happened as happened, but I think it's really strange that, first of all, I thought maybe I should apologize because I wasn't saying nice things and acting, mature enough. So I think I texted Lillia and I said, we haven't, spoken for a long time, but I want to apologize because I acquired some, life experience since
And
then,
no, yeah,
I think,
yeah.
you know, I think it's just important for me to, you know, to say those
To
Yeah, it
set
was very
the
nice
record
of
straight.
him.
Yeah,
Yes, it was very nice.
and it was really, I mean, there was no catch. It was
yeah,
just,
yeah.
if anything, in a way, it was more for me, even, you know, just
So you kind of
selfish.
you kind of recognized, or no, it's not the right word. Reconciliate, is it a word even?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like realized,
Reconcile,
right?
yeah.
Realized,
What you
yeah.
did
Yeah.
through the experience in Canada, probably. Or did
yeah.
the other chick treated you as you treated Lillia? Maybe.
Imagine that.
No.
I don't know.
I'm
No,
so
that-
sorry.
that-
I'm
has
just
nothing to
digging in
do-
the dark. I have
Yeah.
no idea.
No, that was not the case.
So-
The case was just my life experience.
Gotcha.
I think he grew up. He
Yeah,
came
grew
back
up.
from Canada,
Yeah.
definitely more
mature,
mature.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I apologized, and then we've met, and then I
He
thought,
asked me out.
yeah, I asked her out, and I said that, you know, I have the
Whoa,
feelings.
okay. There is no. He said there is no catch. There is no catch. He asked her out.
Almost right away. There was a catch.
Oh. Hi Lillia, I just want to apologize because you know I wasn't treating you well, and you know
Let's
like
go.
you know. Do you have time for coffee? 2 p.m. today.
Today. ASAP.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
In some
Yari.
time, yeah, he asked me out, so we went on a date. Then we went
Wait.
on
Be
another
honest.
date.
Be honest. Did you think about Lillia because you were dating each other, right? At the first time around for a few weeks, then you dumped her. Just professional. I'm not interested in you. Lillia said because she was chubby, which I don't believe.
Chubbier.
Chubbier.
A lot of baby fat.
chubbier, baby fat,
Now you're in
right?
trouble.
Now no more fat, baby fat. Womanhood.
Woman fat.
No. Where? In the hair? Oh my god. So your intention was date her, right?
When
You
I
can-
texted you or when?
Yeah.
I love this podcast.
I really
I
don't-
want to get to the bottom of it. Because
My
for me
intention
you
was
are
to
the perfect couple,
apologize.
but I like this you know, this backstory. Now I know what's
Yeah.
going on.
My intention was to apologize. I think that I still liked Lillia like ever since.
Yeah.
Because at that time when we were like very young, the problem with the relationship was some part of it was the dancing part because a lot of pressure, and
Yeah.
another part was just kind of immaturity.
Yeah.
I'm talking about myself.
From your side, yeah. Because Lillia was mature already.
Lillia
12.
was
Yeah.
fine.
12.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah. So immaturity. So I thought, why dump each other in this way if that was the problem?
No.
The problem
Yeah,
was
you misspoke. Why dumping her, not each other? No, each other. No.
He
You dumped her
regretted it.
first. You dumped her first. Let's keep it real here. You dumped her first romantically. That she got pissed. Then she dumped her. You, not her. Right?
her.
Her as well.
No. Yeah. Right.
Them.
First I dumped
They
her.
them. all the stuff. Let's not complicate things. So, what time frame was it? You sent an apology text, right? Then she called you back, or she goes like,
I don't remember. If you remember.
Oh.
"Yeah,
Okay.
okay, whatever, bite me, right? I'm still mad, whatnot." And then, how long after did you ask her out?
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
It took us a while to get. I mean, it took me a while to kind of forgive him.
Thank you.
Yes.
A forgiveness
To-
to give her, give
To
him.
forgive, yes, to kind of allow us to start over. I would
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
It took me a while. It took me a few months, I guess. We spoke and we were like, not
So you
sure,
were
maybe
kind
even
of,
longer.
acquiring. It was like, hey, hi, right? No,
Guys, I really don't remember. I mean, so many things happened.
He
I think
doesn't
he
remember.
texted me in December.
I was the one initiating the whole thing. That's 100%. I
Yeah.
can tell.
I think he texted me in December, and then we were like on and off. We're not sure.
Also,
I was
Lillia
not
was
sure.
traveling
on
because
and off, like
she has
coffee
been
dates
confused.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
like dating, not dating. I was like no, I don't want to date with you, and then okay, let's
I
be
still
together.
like you, but
So it's been,
got
honestly,
it.
it's been like a hard time for me because I was heartbroken from our relationships the first time over, and I kind of decided, okay, I don't love him anymore, so I have to move on with my life. And then he was again in my life.
Okay, did you think about him while split?
Yes, I think in some way, yes.
Yeah.
Always.
Got it. Okay, so you went to America, and at that point you were together or split or in between or
weird.
what?
We were
weird.
together,
Okay,
but
they were
like,
weird.
we did not know what to do. We did not like.
They were weird.
We were weird.
And
They
still
know
not very-
they know weird anymore. They together now.
married.
But yeah.
Yeah,
A little
honestly,
bit, just
I
a little
didn't
bit.
know.
A smidge.
I didn't know, especially when he said, "Okay, I'm gonna travel to California. I'll be back in 2 weeks," and then
you
he's
stay.
like, "Maybe I'll stay for another week," and then
Yeah.
I'm like, "Okay," and then he's like, "Maybe I'm moving to here," and I'm like, "Great."
Shit.
We were just like 2 months in, like started to date.
Yeah.
So it was weird.
Yeah.
And we had this long distance relationships until I moved.
Wow. How long was it?
So he moved in May and
yeah.
I moved to here in March next year. So
So
almost a
a
year.
year.
Little
Yeah.
less than a
I
year,
came to New York in August and then he would come to Ukraine a few times.
Yeah.
And
So
we
you
were-
had a long-term relationship,
yeah.
like in between.
We saw in
Yeah,
we
yeah.
saw each other in England.
Did you date other people?
No.
During that time?
Yeah.
No.
No. So
We were like
committed.
texting every day. Yes, so we were committed, but it was of course logistically.
So they say.
yes.
So they say. We will never know. That's it.
Logistically, it was a
Logis-
disaster. Logistic disaster for
We
dating
will never know.
because
Let's
obviously
not go to it.
I was in Ukraine and I had my successful partnership, which I was like
With who?
with Igor, with my Ukrainian
Oh,
partner.
still Igor. Yeah.
yes,
yeah,
when
yeah,
he
yeah.
decided to move and dance with Olga, I was still in Ukraine dancing with Igor.
Gotcha.
So we kind of wanted to be together, but we didn't know how to organize it. And then he moved, and his whole life changed.
Yeah.
So obviously we did this long distance
Relationship. Yeah.
until we found out like, okay, we really want to be together. And
Through talking?
yeah, like not time, but how to say distance. We passed the long distance test.
Test. Yeah.
Yes, and
For more than a year.
yeah.
How
And-
many times did you see each other within this year? Like
Three.
twice?
Three
Three
times,
times.
maybe.
For how long? Like
3-4 times.
like
Few days. I mean.
few days?
Yeah. Like I
Shit,
came
man.
to New York for competition, and then he went. We saw each other in England.
Yeah.
He stayed in Ukraine for a couple of days after, and then
Yeah,
maybe
yeah, yeah.
another time in England, and then
That's impressive.
Yeah.
So we decided we wanted to be together. Yeah, and then he's like, okay, maybe we should try dancing together.
Wait. Okay. I need more details on that. You decided, or who said first? It was like, Lillia, that's it. You
Let's have a
mine.
tryout.
Mhm.
Oh, you said you want to have a tryout again after dancing with her?
Yes. So we had this tryout when he was in Ukraine, and we're like, okay, let's dance together and like be together.
While you had a partner?
Yes. I'm sorry, Igor.
Igor, she broke your heart.
We were not together romantically though.
No,
professional.
dance-wise,
Dance hard.
dance hard.
Dance hard.
You can have a dance orgasm. I experienced it. Did you
Really?
ever- Yes.
Oh,
Well, let's
tell
hear
me
about
more
this.
about it. Yeah. Oh my
No,
god.
I'm the interviewer. You the interviewee.
Okay, we want to
I'm not
learn
talking
more
about myself.
dance
No,
orgasm.
you never had it? There's a thing
When you dance so
called
well. Yeah.
when you dance well, you have also a throwaway, and you have this murashki, how you say it?
Goosebumps?
Goosebumps all
Mhm.
over your body, and it's like just perfect moment. It's like an orgasm.
I see.
Dance
Yeah,
orgasm.
maybe.
You never had that?
I think I had it.
See?
I just didn't call it that way.
How do you call it?
Goosebumps?
Okay, whatever. I had a dance orgasm. Bite me. Okay, so how did Igor take it? Did you talk to him?
Yeah, we actually speak. The funniest part is that Igor.
Did you see how brilliantly she avoided the answer? I fucking love it. Okay, go ahead.
I mean, I think he was
So how
upset
did
with
he-
me.
okay.
I think
How
I
did he
really
take
did.
it?
I don't think he took it well. But I
Okay.
mean, we were
Now she
also
answered.
not in the best place in our professional relationships
Because
we had struggles with planning. I think we had this plateau in our results as well, so we had to make some decisions. What do we do
plateau
next?
with what? With finals in UK and blah blah blah.
No,
and
I
all
mean, once you win Rising Stars, you don't do Rising Stars anymore, and then you go ahead and do
Gotcha.
Open, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
you're
yeah.
stuck in the same
I understand.
quarterfinal.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that is a hard line to go
but that's
past.
that's grinding then.
Yes. So
And-
we were like,
yeah.
okay, what should we do next? And kind of the level of dancing went a little bit sort of
Yeah.
down. I think this regress is inevitable
Mhm.
in about 1.5 years in the partnership,
Yeah.
because that's what I've noticed when I split with all my partners. There were kind of this moment in time when you get used to each other, you get a little bit stabilized with your results, so you kind of not progressing anymore. Nothing is so exciting anymore. Nothing is new, so you kind of start fighting and not necessarily, like finding a good improvement strategy. So we were in that place as well, and of course that's when I was 19 or 20 years old, and I was also looking for something more
meaningful
in my life. Yes.
meaningful.
And of course that was
Jarek
Iaroslav.
he
My
was
childhood 7 years old dream.
4 years old dream.
Yes, my 4-year-old prince. Anyway, yeah, that was I don't think
Princess.
Igor took it very well. I'm sorry. But that we were where we were. I think
I never imagined this interview will go this way at all.
and we
at
didn't
all.
start talking politics and dancing yet, or the show, or
Yeah,
like
exactly.
anything yet.
Exactly.
Yeah, our private life is funny.
I like it though.
So
Keep going.
Igor didn't take it well, but the funniest part, we talk now, and he's married to Yaroslav's best friend from the university, and one of my good friends, and they have
This
a
is
baby.
like Beverly Hills now 90210 or
Yeah.
what is it?
Season
90210 something 90210.
Yeah.
You know the show
Yeah, yeah,
Beverly
yeah.
Hills
Yeah.
90210.
Their
One-
zip code, huh?
Yeah, zip code. Yeah,
210,
yeah, yeah.
90210.
Yeah, it's like Beverly Hills, same thing, just Ukrainian.
Ukrainian Beverly
version.
Hills,
Yeah,
Santa
yeah.
Barbara.
Santa Barbara stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we speak now. He
And
has
he's
a
okay now?
partner. I mean, as much okay as all Ukrainians are,
Yeah, I know.
because he had to move out of Ukraine, of course, and they're
Where is he?
their life-
Where did
in
he go?
Europe. Yeah, they're in Europe. But he
Mhm.
has a partner. Obviously, before the war, they competed together actively, and he's teaching. He's a good teacher, and yeah,
Got it.
that was my last partner before my husband.
Before your husband,
Mhm.
we come to it.
Yes.
I asked Jarek how he proposed. He said, "I don't remember.
Too nervous,
Too nervous."
maybe.
I mean, we had. I remember.
Wait, before we go there. So you moved to US when you were how old?
20.
20,
Yes.
right? So, and right away you started to live together, and
Yes.
everything was like, yeah, we
Yes.
full in.
Yes, that was like the riskiest decision of my life, because again, I didn't know whether it would work
It
out.
seemed to work out.
It seemed to work out, yes.
Thank
and
He goes,
that was
Thank you.
honestly that is
Thank
not easy. You're moving like 10,000 kilometers away, and I thought I had a good life and good professional
Yeah.
life, and all my friends, obviously, all the support
Yeah.
system, my parents.
Did you teach in Ukraine?
I did, yes. We taught quite a bit in Kyiv, and we went to other cities. We taught in in West
Ukraine.
Ukraine, yes, a lot. So
And Europe as well, or
no, not really,
or
not in
just
Europe, just kids in Ukraine.
nationwide? Nationwide.
Yeah, so that was a big decision for me,
Yeah.
and I took all my luggage
Like
and moved. 3 luggage
Three
pieces.
luggages.
Yeah.
I came with 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
One.
came with one because
Yeah.
I was
he-
coming
2
for
weeks.
2 weeks.
He
2
came
weeks,
to
yeah,
2
2
weeks.
weeks.
Yes.
So did somebody send you
The
stuff
clothes?
afterwards?
No, not really. You
Not
know,
really?
I came here with like money for 2 weeks, like
Yeah,
not
yeah,
even $1,000, like 400, 500, because I would live somewhere staying with friends and stuff like that. But then I started teaching, and then somebody paid me something, and then this is just how I, managed.
Organically
buy clothes and practice clothes and other.
He would send me videos with Olga, asking me, "What do you think?"
And what do you think?
No, it was good.
I
was very supportive. I'm a supportive wife.
I was very supportive, and
I was like,
then I replaced Olga.
Oh, Olga was mad with me, I think, when I came.
She was?
She was very sarcastic.
To retire,
Olga is always sarcastic. Olga, we're talking about you.
Yeah,
She's
she
always
was always
only
like
good stuff.
making jokes of us, and it was.
It's okay.
I am a very serious person, so I took it seriously at first, and I would be upset. But then I found out Olga is sarcastic all the way.
To everywhere, to everybody.
So I stopped being upset. Yeah, but
Got it.
She helped us a lot to assimilate here, because she showed him where to stay, where's the bank,
and
how it works.
the way of life.
Many things.
So when I came, he's like, okay, this is how you apply for social security number. This is where we go to the bank. This is how it works. These are the taxes. This is the commute, and this is the studio. We live here. That's how the competitions work. So literally, he was here maybe about 5 months when I came. No, more.
You said year.
Almost a year.
Almost
a
a year. So May through March. 10 months. So when I came, he knew a lot of already.
Got
that
it.
was
but
very
I was
helpful.
here also when I was competing in Canada. I was
So you kind of
more familiar with this lifestyle. Yeah.
Got it. And you came to which studio?
Famous.
Vivo Dance Sports Center.
Vivo, every
not saying hi.
Every person I have here from LA, I'm interviewing,
went through
Vivo studio.
Of course. We are, in a way, I'm going to speak for myself. Okay. I'm grateful to the studio that, of course, they've accepted us, let's say, right? Because we didn't plan to move. We didn't ask for anything. They kind of accepted us the way we were. Of course, we were lucky actually to get our papers through the studio, because we know a lot of people got troubles with their working visas and delayed applications and stuff like that. So we were very lucky in this case. And of course, that was our first home. That was, But of course.
How long you stayed in Vivo?
Luckily, I didn't stay too long. Iaroslav obviously came earlier.
Well, maybe there definitely more than a year, but maybe less than 2 years.
Yeah, gotcha.
Year and a half.
For me, March through December. Yeah,
March
less
through
than
December.
a year.
How was your experience?
No, wait, more. So I came in March 2015, and we left in December 2016.
More.
So 1.5.
Yes, almost 2 years.
How was your experience there?
In the studio?
Yeah.
I think
there were a lot of people. There was like 30 teachers.
There were a lot of teachers.
Crazy,
so
man.
Teachers were really motivated. I think we had a good atmosphere. Everybody had their own boundaries, and everyone respected each other boundaries and other things. The studio was competitive in a way that everybody did well. And then also you're competing in professionals. Yeah. So
So once you came,
everybody has
you turned professional, right?
Me?
Because you were amateur and then you came in professional.
So it felt like within the studio, kind of everybody had equal opportunities. There was no favoritism or anything like that. Maybe someone might have felt something just a little bit, but it was no big deal.
Not overall, The
management and Alan is a scammer. That's all I can tell. And we won a case against him. We have a court judgment because he owns us few tens of thousands of dollars because he's just a dishonest person. I want everybody to hear that. So that part,
right in the camera.
that part, of course, was the down
not only
part.
You say that, many people say that.
Yeah, of course. That's why it's a scam. All the way through.
Universal truth. So. That's the down part of it, and I think he screwed up the most, compared to everybody else, because every teacher in the studio, when I was there, Lillia was there, and after, I believe, because we know we know a lot of people became very friendly now. You know, the studio collapsed and stuff like that. Yeah, but all of the teachers were motivated to work and to deliver the best job they could, because it's like fresh immigrants, you know, they really want to do well.
Yeah, you motivate, you go and
I don't know anyone there from the teachers who were dishonest or, you know, making things behind each other back. Really, like, I can't even name
We're all
one
friendly up to today.
Yeah. But because the studio owner, you know, and he was running all these Ponzi schemes, so it's just a very logical conclusion to that that thing.
But it was interesting, actually. When I came to Vivo, I knew all the teachers because
from Ukraine.
Europe.
Most of them were from either Ukraine or Italy, and we would go to Italy often for dance lessons as well.
Of course,
so I knew all the guys, and it was extremely easy for me to assimilate because again, Iaroslav knew all the things around. I knew people in the at work basically.
So it was easy.
So it was like amazing for me, and we're all friends until now. And of course, all the students were still, since the studio collapsed, we still see them around in other studios. So that's been our first stepping stone. Yeah, financially, unfortunately, there were a lot of dark
places.
Dark things going on behind. Who even knows what was going on behind that in their books? But many teachers were kicked out and were not paid their last deserved payrolls, which would be couple of thousands of dollars, as well as students that didn't get refunds where they should have. Or we were in the situation where a teacher was fired, but Alan wouldn't tell the students, and he would sell packages with those teachers' lessons. So the teacher wasn't there anymore, but Alan kept selling packages, tens of lessons to the students without telling them, hundreds of lessons sometimes without telling them. So when I was kicked out, when we were kicked out, I get a message from my student, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, what do? I just bought like 100 lessons with you with this massive discount, and Alan didn't tell me." Alan didn't tell me. I'm like, Alan told me not to say anything as well, because I'm not allowed to talk to his clients anymore. And we were very honest in that case. So we didn't contact any of the students, and then the students were like, "Wow, we didn't know, we just bought this crazy amount of lessons with you." So a lot of schemes. So that was a negative experience for us.
Many people have this experience, though.
Yeah, you know what amazed me the most, and I think it's good, like this studio and our relationship, it's big, but it's not like a major world, issue. Yeah, but I see the pattern of people are not caring for the like a small evil, and they let it grow to even more, because we were not the first one who got kicked out like that. Right, and in a way we went on like confrontation with Alan and some of the people even in dance community, but we were really standing for something that is right, and we were honest about it. Otherwise we wouldn't have the court papers, and other things really. So, but we were not the first ones.
So it went to the court
before us.
Labor, I think it's called Labor Department
of
Court,
Los Angeles. And they have their own system how they make a court judgment.
But unfortunately, it's very hard to make a person pay you.
Especially the scammer.
Yes, especially if they are all over the place.
So we were not the first ones. The people before us, they had this experience. They were ignored by the community. And unfortunately, so now we had this experience. We were kind of ignored.
Even punished for talking about it.
Yeah, even in a way punished for talking about it.
How you were punished? On the competition?
Yeah.
Competitions, we would be judged by a person who we won the case against. That is not morally right. However, it didn't influence our overall results. It was still unpleasant. And
so
you noticed
when we would be first, and then he would openly mark us 6. And when I would bow in front of him, he would be ashamed to look me in the eyes. So I was like standing there for another minute, just taking my time, So things like that. But of course, when we spoke about it to other people, they would say, "Oh, we cannot do anything about it," and just like very.
But then
ignorant.
It's kind of like a Hollywood situation as well, right?
Hollywood is right
everybody kind of
And then our like a medium evil went to even bigger one when the students got scammed
for millions of dollars.
Yeah, we're talking almost like $1 million worth of lessons, and that's why they closed. And then everybody got upset, not just 1-2 teachers, but large group of people.
Well, millions?
Yeah, because it was like
overall amount of lessons that were sold and not taught.
It's like 900.
Yeah, was close to $1 million
worth of something like that. Yeah.
Again, we don't know the exact number, but this is what we've heard
from other teachers.
Because right before the studio was closed, the packages kept selling.
Wow.
Yeah.
Without,
Yeah, so that turned to even worse. Yeah, and unfortunately, I see a pattern right now with the war in Ukraine, that all this management of dance organizations, they are just so ignorant and stupid. So the pattern keeps on repeating, the ignorance is multiplied, and I'm just, looking forward to the next 2-3 years to see the, collapse. Another one. Yeah. So that's my forecast. Because, when you're doing bad things to other people, it hurts small group of people. You keep doing it, bigger group of people, even bigger, and then this is just how it goes. Yeah. So.
Well, but eventually it turns around and
karma
come back.
Yeah.
I believe that 100%.
I believe we have to also talk about these things because before us, I believe the studio existed for about 15-20 years.
It was going on constantly.
And it's happened every single time with every generation of teachers. Yeah. So when we left, we found out that there were teachers who were not paid many, many times before us. And unfortunately, they wouldn't be brave enough sometimes to speak about it. Or to even go to this labor
court.
Pull
and push, right? Because you immigrant, you maybe don't have papers yet, and you kind of, dependent on your paycheck, blah blah blah, and then you
career.
You get what is the word? Milked. I don't know how to call it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
tricked.
Used, so to say.
Yeah.
Very unpleasant. All right, let's come to a pleasant part of the show.
Okay.
The proposal.
Back to it.
Of course. Hello. I need to know. A huge ring. He is millionaire. She goes. Let's not forget. There we go. Okay, Jarek, do you remember? He gets uncomfortable every time I'm talking about it. Look at that.
What?
Krasny щеки. I said red cheek a little bit. Okay, tell me. Lillia is also looking forward to this. Come on. How did you propose?
Well, I felt like we need to move on with our relationship, make it like
to the next step,
more solid,
stronger. Yeah.
So the next step would be a proposal.
Got it.
So of course, with proposal, it cannot be just purely emotional decision because even to get the ring, you need to time, and stuff like that. It should be thought through. Yeah. So I think it was November, like 13 or 14th that I proposed. I just remember.
He says he's wrong. I see it in Lilia's eyes.
I don't remember.
You don't remember. Oh, that's why. That's why the face.
Yeah. So.
Mid-November. Yeah.
Yeah, mid-November, and then. I mean, I did the best I could at that circumstance.
Wait. So you okay? So ring. I mean, obviously, come on. You fine. You did good.
You fine.
You did good. No, but did you talk about it beforehand, like about marriage, or not really, or you just went about your lives, and then one day Yari came and had a romantic dinner and champagne glass and put the ring in the champagne glass or something?
This is quite dangerous, actually. If you drink it.
Shit.
Yes. I think we had a brief conversation a couple of months before. He'd asked me, like, what would you ever like to get married at all or something like that. So super brief.
Casual.
Yeah. And honestly, I never dreamt, like, of a big wedding or, like, of a white dress. I wasn't that girl.
Did you have a big wedding in white dress?
We had, yes.
Yeah.
We had an amazing wedding.
I wasn't
sorry.
even here. No.
We were not even like
We didn't even
know each other. Yeah. So yeah, I wasn't like dreaming of it ever, but I was in love with Iaroslav, and I felt like, yeah, of course, why not?
Since 4 years old.
My whole life.
Yeah.
This is crazy, right?
It is.
So
do you think you visualized it?
The wedding?
No. Like since 4 years old, like he's mine.
No. I don't think so, no.
No?
I mean,
you had other people visualizing?
Other visualizing.
Yeah, like Brad Pitt type of thing.
Like everybody, yeah. I mean, between 4 and we started, and when we started to date, I wasn't like thinking of him much.
Got it.
But yeah, so we spoke briefly, and then the engagement was really romantic. I think we went for a hike. We love hiking, and we hike a lot in LA. So we went for a hike to the Tree of Life here in Hollywood, on Hollywood Hills.
I don't even know it has Tree
You know
of
the
Life.
Hollywood sign?
You gotta take me, man.
The hills where the Hollywood sign is. It's
I
on
know
the
Hollywood
left.
sign.
It's on the left. There's the highest peak, and there's a Tree of Life.
Really?
Yeah, it's the highest and the most like rapid hike.
Incline.
Up.
Yeah.
It's short, but it's very intense. It's fun.
Yeah.
And
so he let
there.
you hike up, work for it, and then he proposed?
No. We went for a dinner in the evening, and he proposed during the dinner.
That was the morning.
That was morning. We went for a hike. We came back home. He's like, "Oh, we're gonna go for this fancy dinner, so you better dress up." I'm like, all right.
Okay.
But to tell you the truth, I kind of had a suspicion.
Really?
Yes.
I know what
Because a few weeks ago, his mom was visiting, and then they would probably go shop for a ring together.
Yeah.
So when she was flying back to Ukraine, she had overweight luggage, and she had to leave some stuff in our trunk. So she left those catalogs from Tiffany, Cartier, and all those engagement catalogs, and I saw them. So she kind of set him up.
Yeah.
But I was excited. I was like, okay, this is happening.
Awesome.
And yeah, we went for dinner downtown at Westin Hotel, and that's where he proposed. That was really sweet.
Yeah.
And I said yes.
Of course you did. Of course you did. Fantastic. Yeah. Okay, guys, I want to know about your show, because you have a show. You obviously retired, and you have few projects going on, which we cannot speak yet about. But tell me about your show. You had big success. Success.
Big sex.
So big success. So you had a success.
He's
It went
thinking
well.
about it.
It went well.
Amazing.
Successful show run in Florida, right?
Correct.
Right. So what is it called? What is it about? How did it came about? Shoot. Go ahead.
Do you want me to? Yeah.
Sure, go ahead.
So it's called Kolo Dance Show.
Kolo Dance Show.
Kolo.
So what does it mean, Kolo?
Kolo is a Ukrainian word. It translates as circle. The plot of the show, we are showing the circularity of life through Ukrainian culture and history. Of course, to understand the show better, you have to see it, because the whole thing is, right in the beginning of the show, there is a quote that we show to people, and then
is it in Ukrainian or in English?
No, in English.
English.
It's
okay.
Everything is very international. It's built and meant for literally everybody.
Yeah.
All age groups, all professions, very international. Everybody can understand that.
Got it.
So it's a show inspired by Ukrainian culture. The show is designed for stage. It's a stage show for the theaters or performing arts centers.
But
this is
still ballroom dancing, right?
Correct, yeah. So it's ballroom dancing on stage. Show consists of 3 main elements. Ballroom dancing. Then we do have visual art, digital art on LED screens. And we do have original music arrangements. Ballroom dancing, again, pretty international.
Explain original arrangements.
Music,
it's only Ukrainian national songs remade to ballroom dancing music, right?
Correct,
yes.
Yeah. It's Ukrainian folks and popular songs that, in our opinion, as producers of the show, are essential for Ukrainian culture. And one of the campaign that we are going to run right now for the next performances in 2023, we would like to show how the songs that we use in the Kolo Dance show that are arranged for our show, how they are significant and relevant to the culture right now, and especially right now during the war. Because it was really amazing to see, as we were still in process of making the soundtrack with the musicians, of course, you know, checking all the news and, you know, sitting on Instagram and other social media, I see people singing the songs from our show. Well, not from our show, but that we use in the show as well.
Those same
the
songs
national,
in our
So
playlist.
people are singing those songs in the bomb shelters. Ukrainian military singing those songs when they need to get like more motivation, you know, for the fight and stuff like that. Just like
musicians are going around the cities that suffered from the occupation, and they play for the people
Ukrainian
those songs.
Very spontaneous concerts. We're not talking about, because those are really the songs that are dear to every
the
Ukrainian.
nation,
to the like culture.
So as Ukrainians, we grew up with those songs, and they are very dear to us. So when we came up with this playlist for the soundtrack, we were picking from those songs that influenced us the most.
Gotcha.
And then we were noticing how those songs were also picked up a lot.
And studying
during the war,
studying Ukrainian culture, but just the subject of culture and what people like, the trends and stuff like that, we realized that culture is not something that can be put on people from the top. That's something that people should pick up. You know, if we imagine the scheme how the society works, let's say, right? There is like, it can be like a government and different things. So culture is something that people pick up and they sing to their, you know, grandkids, and the grandkids grew up, and it just, you know, we have some songs that we use in the show again that we're not sure how old they are, but over 500 years.
Folk songs.
Folk songs, yeah.
So now this is a dance songs like cha-chas and sambas.
Some of the folk songs, they only exist in a cappella versions. So when we worked with our musicians, we sent them the references, and we were like, okay, we need to make this old folk song that only exists in a cappella as a rumba. And
so it's up to their imagination now how they do the instrumental part.
Yes.
Wow.
But you know, like you have those folk songs.
So all those songs are redone. So none of those songs were ballroom before. It's all national Ukrainian songs that you redone with your musicians.
Exactly.
It's a lot of work, guys.
It's a lot, yes. So we have this original soundtrack that is obviously a part of the dance show, the live show. But we also have it as an album on Apple Music, on YouTube Music,
Check
Spotify.
it out, guys.
Everywhere. It's
Kolo Dance Show.
Kolo. And some of the songs, again, if some Ukrainians would watch us, there's famous songs as Червона рута,
they will
У вишневому саду, Ой на горі два дубки, those songs. And of course, we use some of the songs that are significant, but they're a little bit more modern. We had to acquire the rights for them to be able to rearrange, and this was a very interesting process.
Does it cost a lot?
It depends on the track.
The rights, like the rights business, it doesn't. They don't have really a market and the price, like market
in
price.
Ukraine.
No, overall,
yeah.
So they have. I mean,
depends.
It depends on the author, how popular the song is. Depends.
Plus, where you are using it.
How you're gonna use it?
How
if
you're gonna use it
only
as
music,
well,
if it's lyrics, if you're gonna
actually,
how you use it.
That part makes some sense. But other than that, they just kind of feel that this song is more significant, because again, how can you compare significant songs? It's impossible. There is no competition for that.
Well, if you have a Rihanna song, okay.
Sure.
Right.
The
if
funny
you have
part.
this one or this,
but then like
Ukrainian people
don't sing Rihanna in a bomb shelter. So for them, it's kind of
no. But
the interesting part,
relevance, right?
Yeah, the interesting part. Actually, two things I would like to point out. We also have the Carol of the Bells, which is obviously very famous,
song.
But it's Ukrainian composer. So we have that one, which is very recognizable for everybody in the world. And the interesting thing about acquiring the rights.
Acquired. This is what I'm
for Carol of the Bells.
Yes. This is more than Is it?
You don't have to.
You
It's
don't
a
have to.
public domain. Yeah.
It's more than
over
100 years
old. Any song that
Got
is
it.
over 100 years old, it's public domain. You can
Gotcha.
do your own.
But if it's not a
arrangement.
public domain, you let's say you're contacting the agency to request.
Work it out, yeah.
Yes. So whoever owns the rights, for example, kids or grandkids of that composer, they have to agree to your version of arrangement. They
Yeah.
have to like it. So, for example, at some point we've arranged already, and we had a piece ready for ready to go,
Yeah.
and we had to confirm with the kids or grandkids, yes, and they had to say, okay, we like it, or they could have said anything
We don't
really.
like
it.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they have to like it.
It's
This is interesting. It's
different
really
business, different
Yeah, it's-
industry.
Wow.
Yeah, not like dancing. Just something else.
That's interesting.
it's
though.
very exciting. Yeah.
So over 100 years is a public domain,
Yeah.
Yes.
but you
it's
still need to
honorable.
have a okay from the grandkids
No,
or
public
family.
domain is free.
Oh,
But
okay.
if it's less than 100 years, so
And the
then
composer
you need to-
died or whatever,
Yeah.
and he's not signed up with agency.
They all do. They all
They
are.
all do.
They
Okay,
all are.
but you still need to okay it with the
Yes. The agency
Kids.
has to okay it with whoever owns the rights. Yeah.
whoever owns. Okay,
Yes.
got it.
Sometimes the
Got it.
agency can own the rights. Sometimes the agency manages
Part of
right
it.
on behalf
Gotcha,
of the
gotcha,
holder
gotcha.
of that
That's so
of that
interesting.
piece.
Yeah. So depends on the piece. Depends on the song.
It's
Wow.
intellectual property, so
Yeah,
it's just
IP,
you know
yeah.
untangible.
It's been an exciting process, and
Crazy,
Iaroslav
man.
has been hands-on with the team of composers. We have amazing team here in the United States who we worked with, and they've been amazing. They've been on time and super productive and really listened to all our requests. Although we're not musicians, we're obviously ballroom dancers,
Yeah.
but we knew the mood that we wanted to transfer in a certain musical piece, and we knew the music for ballroom dancing. And was an exciting process to,
So you actively worked with the musician and,
Yes.
and really
yes, especially
like, gave him-
Iaroslav.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
He's
So you were in the studio as well and
No, not in the studio.
we did everything remotely, actually.
remotely.
Yes,
Mm.
a lot of Zoom calls, a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
emails.
Emails,
Takes a lot
but
of time, yeah.
Those guys were so disciplined, and work ethics were like
Yeah.
11 out
Amazing.
of 10.
Yes.
So they really delivered, and in a very short amount of time,
And
we
it's
were able
ballroom dance music, so the best part of it that you can access it and listen to it and practice to it. So that's what we do when we teach right now. We have
Practice.
our favorite pieces, and we would put it
Yeah.
on and teach to it. So
And how many couples did you have on the show?
to 5.
the show
5
has 5
couples.
couples
Yeah.
in different styles. We
And
have
I know
Latin.
all of them.
Yes. We have Latin American, we have American Smooth, obviously international standard, and we have theater arts or exhibition.
Okay, guys, let's mention all those dancers. Go.
Dancers.
To
Yeah.
the camera. Go.
So Latin, we have Misha Belopukhov, Anastasia Shipilina.
Yes.
We have Andriy Voloshko, Katya Kirilenko. This is Latin. Then standard, we have Serhiy Averkov, Olena Barna. In theater arts exhibition, we have Craig Smith, Andrea Harvey. And in American Smooth, we have Tikhon Zhivkov and Yana. Yeah. So this
Yeah.
is our
Fantastic.
Amazing
Hi, guys.
crew.
amazing
Yes,
crew.
they are.
Really great dancers and people. Again, very disciplined. So far, never had problem with anyone. We're
But
all
listen,
on the same page.
this show, it's a lot of organization work and man, like
It is.
it's
It is. It's a lot of stress.
I can imagine.
Yes.
I can imagine. And you work also with Dimitri, right?
Yes.
We
on
do.
the video.
We do. Yeah, we
video.
really again trust Dima with his work ethics and the quality that he delivers. He knows dancing, and it's a dance show.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
That helps, yes.
definitely helps. Yeah, because of course music is important, visual art is very important, but dancers are the only live performers in the show. We don't have musicians just yet.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
don't have an orchestra or anything. So dancers, they have to be highlighted. We're highlighting their performance. So of course, Dima knowing all the details about dancing really helps. And we are very happy with the video production that he did for us. We have so much material right now for marketing.
We also have a team in Ukraine that worked on the digital art, because the show, one of the show's elements is visual art on huge LED screens.
Behind the dancers.
Yes, so our backdrop is an LED wall.
LED wall. Wow.
Actually, like 5
Guys,
LED walls.
this is a high-level production.
It is.
Congrats.
Yes, thank you.
You're gonna
That's
see it
awesome.
soon.
Yeah, we are
Well,
coming to
in
Los
September.
Angeles with it.
Okay, so what are the dates and where can we see the Colo show?
We haven't signed the contract yet.
Oh,
so
he cannot tell. He cannot
But
tell
you can
yet.
follow us on social media.
Go
It's
ahead. What is the
Colo Dance Show.
Colo Dance Show?
K-O-
Follow on the social media.
We're everywhere on
We are
Twitter, on
everywhere, yeah.
Instagram, on Facebook, or you can visit our website, coloshow.com.
Okay.
Probably by the time of the release of this
Yes.
podcast,
Yes,
Yes.
announce,
yes.
we will have everything there.
Perfect. Now, you strictly producers on the show.
Exactly.
You're not dancing.
No.
Why did you decide so?
To tell you the truth, at first we thought we would be able to dance because it was about time when we were retiring. We knew we
Yeah.
were going to finish our competitive
Yeah.
career. So we thought, okay, maybe we kind of transition into this, and this is something I would love to do. But by the time we started to put everything together, we saw how much work it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
And
we are
on the day of the show
producers.
as well, a lot of things.
A lot,
Yeah.
yeah. So it has been a lot to manage. So we saw almost like a month or a few weeks in, we saw that okay, we have to hire more dancers because
Wow.
Yeah.
we were not be able to. And on the production side, we were doing most of the work
Who did
by
choreography?
ourselves. We worked together with our dancers. We managed the group numbers because we have some
Yeah.
group
yeah,
numbers in the show as well. But of course, our dancers are so amazing and they're extremely professional. We guided them through the sketch in terms of what we want to see in terms of the mood because of the mood
Express
transition.
yeah.
For example, there would be a tango and we say, okay, this is not a romantic, passionate tango. This is like more of the conflict tango
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
has this, drama. There's
Mhm.
nothing sexy or romantic in it. And then there's this rumba, but this is a sad rumba, not a love story rumba. So we kind of guided them in that way.
And also guided in terms of what's going on behind them on the screens.
Yes.
Because again, you're dancing something and behind you, I don't know, it can be a weather changing from sunny
Gotcha,
So we
gotcha.
needed them
rain
to
or
So you
accent
gotta,
that.
gotta
Yeah, so it's a lot of-
We want a
synchronize all
lift
of it. Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
we want a drop there. We want them to move diagonally. So we want them to stay in the circle. So
we also,
we guided that. But in terms of the filling out, in terms of the steps, they helped a lot because they've
Yeah.
choreographed.
Experience, yeah.
if
Yes.
we needed to help more, we could have, but really like those people are so good, then it's better to give them freedom in a way, you
Yeah.
know, to make them do their thing.
And
So-
they were so amazing. I would say I've never seen them dance better than on the theater stage because they had that freedom.
Yeah.
They
yeah,
were able to choose to dance whatever they wanted to dance. There were no competition rules. Most of our crew
That's
are
the best, though.
Ukrainians by origin, so that music really turned them
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
And of course, there's a story, there's a meaning behind every
Of
dance,
course.
which I found interesting to watch a competition after I watched the show. Of course, I'm biased. I
Yeah,
watched my
yeah.
own show, but it's interesting how the same rumba can look so meaningful in
one
in
setting.
a,
One
in
si-
a
one
setting,
setting, yeah,
yes,
yeah,
when
yeah.
there is some story behind it, and different at the
Mhm.
competition when you're fighting for that next round and their
Yeah,
first place.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything is strong.
Very
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
Yeah.
Everything is very boxed
Yeah.
and very even in terms of emotions. Like you have to show you want it
Mhm.
instead of you showing the.
Whatever you're
Emotion.
expressing as
Yes.
as far
It's
as show.
interesting. It's
yeah.
very
If I may
interesting.
say
yeah.
that, like my personal revelation from the dancing part when we were working on the show was Paso Doble, because we're using the dance a
Quite a
lot
bit.
in the show. We try to evenly kind of, we have different mood of the show going throughout, the plot is there, but we found that Paso Doble can be such a universal dance. It can be
Right.
celebratory,
Can be
it can be a
lyrical.
conflict, it can be like a sad, version of it. And the music can have such a huge variety. I am really proud of our music team, like how they produce different Paso Dobles for us. And then I'm watching dance competition. We have España Cani playing all
it.
the time,
Every
the
single
same
time.
Yeah,
song.
yeah, yeah.
And some people, they probably think that the name of the song is Paso Doble. That's how much it's playing. So to me, this is really a mystery why we're still doing this, España Cani
Yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah.
time. again, I have nothing against the song, but when you hear it for like forever,
25
you
years,
know,
yeah.
if not 100 years,
25?
No, I mean, in our case.
yeah. So it's like 100 of years of España Cani, and you have such a great variety. This dance is so interesting. I think someone, you know, who cares about Latin American, you know, dancing, maybe should emphasize that dance more, because
Come up
for
with
us,
some.
for us,
Well, there were
personally-
some versions of paso, like you know the Jewish dance, like So this was
Hava
redone in how?
Hava Nagila.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the one
yeah,
you
yeah.
were-
Yes.
So they made it in a paso version.
Mhm.
Of course, orchestra in
Right.
Blackpool, they play differently. They don't have the accents. right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, we need more variety.
we need more variety.
For paso, because other
I
dances.
think so. I think like for
probably
me that
haven't.
was a discovery, because
yeah.
we all kind of understand like more mainstream. There is a waltz,
Yeah,
there
yeah,
is samba and stuff like that. Yeah, and we can play with moods in so many different ways, because you know so
Are
many
you going
cliches.
for the shows, or see when people retire, they like open up and go like, "Whoa, there's so much," like a satellite, right? Like, oh, we can do this, we can do
Scanning,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting question. Did you ever have that in your competitive career, that you have maybe a lesson, private lesson, or like a show dance that contributed to your competition performance, that open up a possibility or a idea, or invited an idea to actually change something in your competitive approach in terms of, okay, we can do this better, or I can express this, right? Because obviously with you guys, we're talking about high level dancing.
Mhm.
And we're not talking about just, oh, do it technically right or this and that, and working on, you know,
Mm-hmm.
whatever lines and so
Mhm.
on, right? So you're talking different stuff already, right?
Yeah.
I think
Was there ever...
Yeah.
Last 2 years of our career, we in a way really did not care how it looks or whatever. We were really experimenting, and there was definitely some transformation
Yeah.
from being concerned about something to being not concerned about that at all. Yeah, and we were, you know, just getting kind of out of the box, but still respecting the competition rules, of course.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
because you sign up for competition, you get the number, those are the rules, you're competing against other people.
Right.
But there was not, like before, let's say,
So
10
would you
years
say-
ago, we would think during the competition, and that's not good. So we would say, oh, okay, I need to do it, but not too much, because there is some, you know, expectation from other people, and that's how they want me to do it. And then last few years, we're thinking, we don't care how everybody
This is how we
sees
wanted
it.
to do
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
We feel this fall away this way, and we're going to do it this
Yeah.
way. If you guys don't like it, you have no taste.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
And basically that was the...
But would you say, because many people talk about it, before we go to that,
Mhm.
did you have like one or two mentors that you really listened to and took it to heart, what input they gave you, or you didn't have, you just took from everybody a little bit, or you had like
We
a
were
mentor
not-
where you're like, okay, you know, I know Latin people, there was like, Espen is my kind of guy, I'm listening to him, his
Mhm.
input is really
Mhm.
the input, right? Or
The one. Yeah.
yeah, right. Or you go in, because we take lessons from many people, right?
Mhm.
But you have one person that kind of guides you dance-wise, artistically, or competitive-wise, you know?
Mhm.
So did you have some person like that in your career?
I think through our career together,
Mm-hmm.
we had few teachers that influenced us most. But
Influence, yeah, that's the word.
yeah, they've influenced us the most. Of
But
course,
didn't guide anywhere. There was
We
no
were not-
guidance.
No guidance.
we
No.
were not like praising them in a way or not.
My dear,
you know what I mean?
I understand.
I wouldn't say they were our mentors
influence
all
in
the way.
which way?
In terms
There
of
were
Dance-wise
group of
or
people
style? Or
influenced our technical aspect.
dance-wise.
Technical.
Yes.
Technical, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then there were maybe like one or two people, maybe one, who influenced in a way that we received the confirmation that we can do something because we always wanted to do it this way, but we needed that last confirmation that yes, you can, it's worth trying, you know.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but as far as guidance, like some of the couples get, we never really got it so much.
Why do you think was it?
Was what?
What
You
in-
didn't get guidance because
I
you didn't
think
ask
it's
for it, because you didn't
variety.
want it, because you weren't open to it, because people didn't want to push it.
I think
too
we are
far?
very
I think it's variety of reasons, and I think most of it you get some guidance. You need to build up the trust. You need to build up the trust.
You can
and
turn
the best
mic.
way, the best way to do it is if you start
Thank
when you're a kid, right? So
Yeah,
if you have a
yeah.
relationship from like very early stage of your life with
Mhm.
someone, you build up this trust, and that person feels probably more comfortable to guide you,
Yeah.
you know, and do other things. So that is great. But then, especially here, you have relationship with people and they are your teachers, and at the same time you are also teacher, and you sometimes share the same student.
Yeah.
There is a little bit of jealousy going
it's
on.
weird.
It's
yeah,
super
it's
weird. Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
really strange. So for some people, I think it's safe to say we were even kind of offensive. So they didn't want to be involved that much, even though they did not dislike us. I think they liked us.
Yeah.
But for some other reasons that we acknowledge, they were helping us, but just enough not
But
to.
it's super weird because you mentioned privately, I won't say anything,
Mhm.
but you said, one person said, why did you retire? And there he marks you super low with your student and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, just recently.
it's just so weird. Like,
so how
you
can you
say
explain that?
exactly right.
It hasn't. It
So
makes
it's
no
like
sense.
it's so weird in our industry. Like,
Mhm.
We are stuck between few roles as ballroom dancers. We are performers and competitors, of course. We are also dance teachers because we spoke earlier with Daniel. We don't have any sponsors in our
Yes.
industry yet.
Yet,
Unfortunately,
yet.
like Nike is not paying for us to train. Or
to work out, because dancers don't work out.
so we have to teach, of course. So we're dance
Yes.
teachers to support
Yeah.
our lifestyle and all the training.
And the
that we need.
competition and traveling and blah,
Yes,
blah, blah.
of
And
course,
we're
we have
clients
to.
to the judges.
Exactly,
so
right.
we are also we are also dance teachers. We are also students at the
Of-
same
yeah, yeah,
time
yeah.
because of course we need to continue improving, and we have to learn from people who
Exactly.
are also judging us at the competitions. So this
That's
is
another
weird
weird
relationships,
stuff, right? Yeah.
and,
And it's all
whenever
intertwining, and it's like,
this is sorry. Like my throat.
something important is coming
Something-
now.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. This was one of my main, I would say, struggles and
Shocks, maybe?
no, one of the things that I couldn't
Adjust?
get over with, and it was one of the reasons why, for example, we've retired, because I genuinely love dancing and I love competing, and I was trying to convince Iaroslav and convince myself, basically, what if we stay another year? What if we keep dancing? Maybe we would find that motivation somewhere, in some other source. But I couldn't answer myself like this question, or let's say I couldn't fight this dilemma in my mind, that being on a high level, okay, this is top information,
Go ahead, go
top
ahead,
secret.
go ahead,
Being a high level competitor, you are in the worst position ever in the dance business, in the worst. Like, I really admire people who dance because I know what they're going through, who still dance, let's say, who
And
are
how
still
much
competing.
it takes.
How
and-
much, yes, willpower it takes to be one's client at the same time, to be judged by them, and to be their competitor at the same time. To
Yeah.
be a competitor to a person who judges you.
Yeah.
This is the worst position ever. And you put your life on on stakes, and you put your financial
Stability.
Yeah.
and you risk your life because you are competing against the people who judge you. This is the weirdest thing in ballroom dancing.
I understand exactly what you're talking about.
Because you're teaching the same clients, your teacher teaches, you're teaching the same clients, the judge that judges you, the competition teaches. And everybody knows about it, nobody talks about it, it's there in the air.
And now it's out there.
Now it's there on YouTube.
This will be a controversial podcast.
I think we have some issues with that as competitor dancers. Again, because of the system issues, we're not paid to train. I think, of course, utopical world would be if the professional dancers as well as other professional athletes, it's not a secret to anybody, if they are paid for training, if they are paid decently, the prize money at the competitions so they can sustain themselves to train. I think
maybe
it's
they
beneficial.
would dance better.
It's beneficial for the dancing because they now put in their heart and their mind not into making these money to pay their teachers and the judges, but now to develop their own dancing and to...
But you see, in dancing, it's so weird. Like, I don't know what your stance are on, the different, what is it called? Federations, so to say, right? But I have a feeling in Europe they approach it more like a sport, right? In terms of, and then...
Structure.
Yeah, in terms of structures. And I was dancing in Germany also, right? And the clubs supporting their dancers. Not much, not a lot of money, but still they have a national team. They have, like, if you're really good, you can have a sponsorship and so on, right? And here in America, I don't think they have it though, right?
Well, we've studied at the University of Physical Education and Sports in Ukraine. We both have bachelor's degree, and we've been studying the professional sports and the Olympic sports as a part of our curriculum. So what happens basically with sports in Europe is more... And they are actually shooting for Olympic Games, right? In the WGSF.
Exactly,
There's more of an Olympic system where the sport is so-called amateur sport and where everything is sponsored by a national federation. And national federation is then a part of international.
So you can really focus on your, like...
Exactly. What we have in America is more of a professional sports model that is very legit and working very well in basketball, in hockey league, in American football league.
Sadly, not in dancing.
Not in dancing because
they haven't completed it. They kind of, they didn't even declare it. Maybe they don't even know.
They don't even know the structure.
What they're doing.
The rule is.
So it's going there kind of organically because all of the sports here are professional sports in the way of how they ruled. So same kind of for dancing, but to have legitimate professional sport, it needs to be declared that this is type of business like NBA.
Exactly.
And then how can we bring it to a level where we have...
The main difference, and this is what actually many non-dancers ask us, so what is the difference between professional and amateurs? Because both taking it seriously, both train for it, both are competing basically in professional level.
And they comparable, right? Like from the level.
And it's not an age division. So the main difference between amateur sport and professional sport is that amateur sport is basically Olympic system, and professional sport as a rule is an entertainment sport. So this is how NBA works, this is how hockey league works, how American football league works. But unfortunately in ballroom dancing we don't have this clarification that we decide that we're going to pursue this path, we fit into this system, that we are actually a professional sport, we have competitions, people watch it, but we don't really call it a sport in terms of Olympic sports.
Well, but it's, as you said, it's entertainment, right?
It is.
But there is needed a next step to like organize, right? And go full out
and different
to the public.
Policy.
Right.
Yes. So if we decide, we are professional sports, which steps do we have to do in order to be like American football in America, or be like hockey or basketball?
To be able to earn millions like the football players and baseball players do.
Exactly. That'd be nice, right?
That would be awesome.
I don't think basketball NBA players have to teach basketball to be able to play.
Well, you have
game.
some coaches, but
it requires also, so it is great because it requires more jobs in the system. Think about it, how many coaches, how many people support the dancer?
But isn't it already so crowded? We talked about it, right? It's so intertwined that judge is a coach as well, and his interests are in.
But it's the same person. We're talking
exactly the same
people.
person.
But there's
people.
more job for everybody because one person can be a coach and he's totally
Only teaching.
Oh no
only
no no!
teaching.
Yeah, I was talking about the current situation.
Yeah.
The entertainment one, it will create more jobs.
Yeah, it will create more
yeah.
jobs. So people will be more professional at what they're doing. They will not be biased when judging a competition, thinking about, who took 2 lessons and who took 3 lessons? How do I support myself?
She's spilling the secrets. She's retired. There's no danger there anymore.
No, but it is true. I mean, we've heard.
It is true.
It is.
Yes,
We've
it
heard
is true.
stories you cannot believe.
Let's call the people out.
Who took 2 lessons and
Yes.
who took 3?
Exactly.
But unfortunately, this is where we're going because, again, people who are judging, they are supposed to
Biased.
support themselves somehow because
They're biased.
the judging job doesn't pay much for them to make a living.
Yeah.
The same as a dancer, as a professional dancer, if you only compete and let's say you're number 1, you make only this much. And again, this is not enough for you to support yourself since you don't
So you
have
need to
sponsors.
teach. You need to do
Exactly.
prime. You need to do certain things.
And there is
right?
another thing that I would like to address since we're talking about this. Let's say I have decided and I will be strictly a teacher.
Yeah.
And I will not be a judge or anything else. I will not
Or
even organize.
pro-am competitor, whatnot.
Yeah, I will only teach kids, and I believe I will do that, the best of my knowledge, high level.
Yeah.
Then, do I have this assurance that the judges that are out there are able to adjudicate the level that I'm teaching properly?
Yeah.
That they are not biased or anything like that. So now, what's my choice? So now I'm a teacher and I need to judge because I need to protect the way I'm teaching, or
I understand.
Support
so
the
it
couple.
just a lot of questions arise from this.
It's a lot of gray area, though.
Yeah, but I
I
really
believe-
believe it can be solved.
I believe there is politics in NBA as well. I believe so. But that politics is worth much more. It's worth much more.
Yeah.
I feel we're not even talking right now about politics, but more about the structure, really. You know, because if everybody
how it's
agrees,
how it's run on the
if I am strictly judge for only 5 years and I'm on salary from organization and I'm not allowed to teach and I'm okay with that, I will be only judging for 5 years.
Yeah.
Then another pool of people will be judging for another 5 years. Kind of like
Even
I
a
don't know,
year,
you have
take a smaller cycle,
Supreme Court nominee. You got nominated. You have to serve on
But
Supreme
you're kind
Court.
of living in utopia if you're
For
talking
a
about
few.
it. And I understand what you're saying.
Mhm.
I think it's fantastic. But the way it's set up right now, you need
right
to
now
have
it's-
somebody
Of course,
that
yeah.
comes and say, you know what,
Mhm.
enough of this.
Mhm.
We're going nationwide, worldwide, entertainment, this and that. This is a great idea. If you have some project like that, I will support it.
Okay.
With the podcast, with everything, I don't know.
Even
I
without changing the judging system much, and let's say we have the judges and the coaches in one person, but even getting out there, hiring that PR agent and trying to promote it among general audience, among the public, again, getting tickets sold for dance competitions, perhaps in the box offices.
Yeah, through box office.
Get it more accessible because, again, we have this beautiful world of ballroom dancing. In fact, my mom saw ballroom dancing on TV when she was young.
Yeah.
And that's how she had it on the back of her mind when she brought me into dancing. So they used to show it back in USSR.
Yeah.
So that was more out there. And again, we have this Dancing with the Stars, which is beautiful. It promotes the style.
Do you have now, because I know Ohio Star Bowl, was it?
Mhm.
Was on television.
Exactly,
National
it
television.
was.
But we have
I got to one episode even.
We have no competition on the TV anymore.
The
We
same
have
with
YouTube,
UK
right? With
championships.
Dimitri. Thank you, Dimitri. You're doing great job with Backstage. Shout out to Backstage. Ballroom Backstage. Oh God, don't kill me. Ballroom Backstage, and that's it. Then we have Dancing with the Stars, which is
Something
a
else.
show on its own, right? But the
Exactly.
ballroom.
I think UK championship in
Oh, yeah.
England used to be on
Used to
TV, and they had big sponsors. They had this company that was doing electronics Pioneer or somebody, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not gonna
Pioneer.
not gonna say for sure, but they had this big sponsor that was advertised on TV. So again, because so many millions of people see it on TV, big sponsors are interested to put their logo in there.
Exactly, yeah.
And I don't know where that go.
You need to have some connections to national TV though.
Even people are transitioning from television more towards internet, right? We have some competitions that are broadcasted, but again, that has to be paid to watch, and they have little audience therefore. So in order to get people on it and
gotta be
hooked up,
accessible.
you had to make it accessible.
To reach more people.
And it has to be entertaining, and people have to understand.
Well, you have
what's
those.
The results
what
about.
is it called? The show, the drama show, Ballroom Moms or whatever.
I don't know what is
I
it.
actually haven't seen it.
It's really Ballroom Moms or something.
Yeah.
It's full drama. The kids
Reality
dancing,
show?
the mamas are screaming. It's like a reality show.
This used to be our life. So that's
Man, I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
dance
where
parents.
is it? Where is it? On television?
I don't know. Somewhere on
Yeah.
Netflix even have it, or Ballroom.
Okay.
What is it? Baby Ballroom or something from
Mhm.
England or something, right?
That's cool.
Interesting. Yeah, we never heard.
But
of it.
it's like so. Yeah, you're right. It's not.
It's promotion.
Yeah.
There is a way to do it. There is a way to do it.
Do you
But
have a way to do it?
I believe so. Yeah.
Do you have a proposal?
No, I don't have any. I'm not running for anything.
He doesn't want to say,
The
but he
program
has
is
a
not out
plan
yet.
I should
in
say-
place.
No, I my feeling is that the next ballroom organization,
Yeah.
ballroom company that will take it to the next level, it's not a ballroom company. It's something
Yeah.
else.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
something like, Apple came into mobile phone business.
TV
and
Plus, Apple TV Plus.
For example,
I
so
need
maybe
to call
Or
Netflix,
Jason Momoa.
Netflix.
maybe Netflix is our next dance organization that will involve
Probably.
all of those things. But definitely,
Yeah, Netflix has
Yeah.
the Mama Ballroom Mama
Yeah, yeah.
whatever.
We have to
drama.
check it out.
Yeah, check it out. Yeah,
because right now there is no capital that everybody can unite around and take it to the next level. And, so a lot of policy issues, of course.
that's a great idea though.
But I think the next one is not a dance organization.
But we talked about it. You have too many people that have franchises and their own competitions, and everybody's kind of like paddling for themselves. And it's like it's competitive, not just in the sense of competitors, but also with who has the bigger competition, who has the bigger blah blah blah, whatever, whatnot.
Well, competition is
Who makes
great. It's
more-
healthy.
It's healthy, yes, but it's like let's bring
Mhm.
the general public into it.
My
Yeah.
personal opinion is that the organization that we have right now, and I'm not judging, I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm
It's
just
judgment-free zone.
Yeah.
People,
saying. So
hey, don't take it seriously. I
it's
mean, take it
more-
seriously, but not personally.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
it's more, to me, looks like more a social dance organization, not a sport organization. So therefore,
Even though it's competition.
yeah, it's competition of social dancers. This is majority of dancers that we have.
You mean
pro-am
pro-am.
students.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are a part of a big social dance organization. Luckily, we can make a living out of it, but we are complaining why social dance organization is not a professional organization. So my feel is that we have no right to complain, because the faster we realize we are just in a social dance environment, that people are doing it for fun, and we are dependent on that people and moods and everything. So it's like a big country club.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we are looking for
The biggest
a
in
sport.
America.
Yeah, the biggest, and it's good. We are grateful we're a part of it too.
Yeah.
Helped us tremendously,
Yeah.
and we are complaining about it not being what it is and being like we wanted to be something else. We just have to acknowledge that we're a part of the country club, and we want to.
Yeah, I don't see it that way though.
Yeah.
Because your idea is like you exactly on the fucking point.
But maybe it's
In
supposed to
what?
be a different
In what?
branch.
In the like what you said.
Perhaps it
Take
has
it to the
be
public, entertainment, and so
Oh yeah,
on, right?
definitely.
Like-
I'm saying what we have right now.
I
but
need
it's a separate
again.
branch. It may
Yeah.
be a separate branch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there are social
Backstage
dancers.
ballroom is the beginning. I have a feeling. No, I'm
of
serious.
organization.
No. Like Dimitri does that. He entertains people.
Especially the nationals, they were doing those
Right.
productions with like hosts,
Exactly.
and the cameras were jumping
Yeah.
from the
Yeah,
changing
yeah,
room
yeah,
into
yeah.
the what's happening on the floor, into
Okay,
the
so,
hosts again. That was really team
guys,
equality.
we have Dimitri. You gotta jump on it. You gotta jump on it because we have the production already of those things.
Exactly.
So we need a PR person.
Done. That's actually relatively affordable.
Done. Let's create something together.
Now
I
it's
don't-
on camera.
No, I don't release it until we have some shit, and then we release it,
Now we
and
have
it's
it
a
already.
and this PR right there, the material.
Yeah.
Deal.
Deal. No, this one.
This one. Handshake hold.
Legit. There we go. Yarik, you gotta do it
I
too.
say
Otherwise,
Seal
it's not
Seal
legit. Seal it. No, great
Let's
idea,
create
guys.
great things. I think it has to be a separate branch though, because obviously there are a lot of people, again, as a general public,
Yeah.
people can be involved in ballroom dancing in many ways. They can be passively watching the TV from their
Competitions and
sofa.
circus. Yeah,
Yeah,
not
yeah, like
circus. Circuits.
Circuits. Yeah.
Circuits. Yeah.
Yeah, they can
Not
be just
circus.
watching.
That's a big part of it too.
Yeah.
But like football lovers, they
I
don't
understand.
necessarily
Yeah.
play football. They can be just watching and enjoying the competition. They can bet on it. Yeah, that's a different idea how to make money.
Actually, betting
No,
on
that's-
ballroom dancing, like right now, it's you know, you
Doesn't
have
exist?
a champion for 10 years. There
It's
is no point
impossible,
of
yes.
Yeah,
betting.
Yes.
exactly.
But if we are really judged by how we dance on the day, you never know who is going to win. That can be the whole separate, even like
My
revenue
friend, you
stream.
go and you alone against an army of people. You realize that, right?
in what? I'm not doing anything. I'm
No,
just
no.
Throwing the ideas
Just
out
throwing
there.
an idea and
I'm
saying
sure
it.
Many people are thinking about it as well, I'm sure. Not many people are
Expressing
talking
on your
about it
podcast.
on the
Yeah,
podcast,
if you
on the
invite more
camera.
people,
Yes,
Well, I have only 15 people yet.
so
but
far.
I'm
But you're
going,
growing. You've just
you know,
started.
I'm
Yeah.
grinding. Don't worry. We
But
get
again,
there.
There are people who would, support it, definitely. And we spoke to so many. And
So you have support.
no, but many people would like to bring the dance on the more
publicly
Public
public
accessible.
level, of course. Yeah, especially the dancers who are currently competing. Like if I was to popularize,
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
ballroom dancing, and then be able to come back and be a part of the system as
Yeah, yeah,
competitor,
yeah.
that would be amazing, of course.
It's
And
impossible.
earning,
Yeah, I know.
earning,
Once you're
earning
on the
like
other
40,
side.
50 grand.
If we
For
can
the
make it
first
for the
place.
next generation, that'd be like
Yeah.
so amazing, right?
So you
If-
have a
if
you
the
have
next
a
generation of
next
dancers-
project. I see it in your eyes.
No.
Not
Yarik,
yet,
don't
not
lie
yet.
to me. I can tell.
No.
It's like a psychiatrist session today.
I can tell.
Who am I? Just a dance teacher.
I'm just a social dance teacher.
Social
right,
dance.
right.
Social, yeah?
No,
That's
you're
true. That's true, though.
not. No.
Yeah, because he says no, you're saying yes.
We're social dance teacher.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Like many people.
You've been retired for longer than us. So how do you feel?
How can you tell? Because I'm
People-
fat.
No, because I know you a little bit. People are, that's the conversation that people
Yeah.
are having, or I
Yeah.
am just, saying this stuff out of a
No,
blue
you-
first time today.
No.
Yeah, it's been
Ye-
there.
Yeah, it's been there a long time, and it's a problem.
But it's good because, like, we have to discuss things to make things better, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I like this idea.
Yep.
A lot. Dimka, we do something together for sure.
You're in trouble,
He's
Timo.
calling you.
In trouble. Guys, I hear you. This is awesome.
Mhm.
And I want to hear what's next for you. Baby?
The baby.
I don't know. I
We
mean,
follow your footsteps, maybe. Yeah?
maybe, yes. I enjoying it.
Yeah,
a
we
lot.
want to have a family, but,
Yeah.
But not
we
yet.
not quite.
You
today.
still have some check marks to do, yeah?
I think so. Yeah, we're not in a rush with it, but we'll see how it goes.
How
Yeah.
it goes.
We are focused on, again, Colo Dance Show
Yeah.
that we're going to run it in major cities next.
Mm-hmm.
Los Angeles, New York, Miami, some
Yeah.
other places. and that's a big part of it's very challenging because you have to promote something that is brand new, and you want it or not, but you're competing with established shows and like entertainment properties.
Broadway,
some of them
blah, blah, blah,
they have been there for hundreds of years, because if you do performance during the New Year's, you're competing with Nutcracker, and that's really hard. So maybe if we can crack that code, that would give
Nutcracker, crack the code.
that would give an answers to many things. But that type of work is really exciting and very, very creative, because you are not limiting yourself neither in dancing nor in how you enhance the dancing. The lights, decorations,
special effects. I mean, you can do so many things. So that's interesting. We're working on our educational platform for dancers that we want to.
What is it called?
It's called Prism Method.
Prism Method.
Yeah. The website.
What does it stand for? Prism.
Prism, like
it's just the prism effect.
No. I understand the prism, but do you have like prism, like presentation? I stands for
it's not.
Okay, no, I'm just checking. I'm just checking. So how?
It's not an abbreviation.
It's a methodology of learning and teaching ballroom dancing. And
is it just ballroom? Not
right
Latin.
now, no, ballroom talking like all styles.
Got it.
Yeah.
No, but standard, right?
Right now it's about standard, because we started it. We're obviously standard dancers.
Potentially, I can see how it can be easily smooth. Because American smooth, because it's really the same layers. We've been talking to some of the Latin dancers, and maybe we can actually adapt it to other styles. But the methodology, it has nothing to do with, for example, which style or federation you dance in, right?
It's just basics.
to clarify. It's to clarify the way you learn and the way you teach, so your students or you as a teacher are not confusing the students. So if I'm talking I will give like a short example so people also have a chance to understand more what it is. We have only few body parts that we use for dancing that we mention actively, let's say, right? You can say, okay, something wrong with your pelvis or rib cage or arm or neck or whatever. But the same pelvis can be mentioned when you fix someone's posture or when you're talking about the movement. And from posture to movement, those are two different things, right?
Exactly.
So we are kind of, with our methodology, we're solving the problem for the student, first of all, that the person is not confused. Am I fixing my pelvis for posture, but then I move some other way and we're not touching the movement? Or my posture is good and I'm fixing my pelvis because it's off when I'm moving. Because we don't want people, you know how you go to one teacher, he says, left side forward, and another one says it's too much, let's put it back, and then there is a right side forward.
Or they say pelvis forward and then you move it, or they say pelvis backward for posture. So one teacher tells you pelvis forward when you move forward. They don't, usually, right? You don't, unless you know the methodology that there might be two different layers. You can be.
But this is what it's based on, though, right?
Methodology?
No.
Or what?
The whole business, no?
The lessons.
Poor teaching.
No, some people are really clear with transferring the information. And some people are a little bit more generic, just sharing their feeling.
We have a platform for clarifying exactly what's going on, what is it used for, and so on and so forth. For the understanding.
Yes.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's beyond the basics of ballroom dancing. Is really almost...
It's universal.
It's almost like you explaining, okay, this is used for this, for this, for this, for this.
Exactly.
If somebody talks about this, it's either this,
is what they mean,
clarify. Yes. Right.
Because throughout our career, we went through so many lessons and teachers and different styles of teaching.
Really?
We went, I had 10 partners. Everybody had their own coach.
I'm joking, my dear.
So we've been confused ourselves many times.
But also we have been exposed to some of the best teachers.
Yes,
that
and
really, really experts.
And again, among the best teachers, they would sometimes they would sound confusing. However, both of them were right. They were just talking about different things.
Yeah.
So once you know what they know from you.
It's like,
You're chasing your own tail.
It literally sounds contradictive, yes.
Exactly, right.
Unless you know, okay, this is what they mean because they mean mechanics, and this is what they mean because they want more dynamics from me.
Yeah.
They need more dynamics. So it sometimes sounds
the other
contradictive.
thing is, okay, so you have that, right? Now question is, okay, you have this teacher telling you this thing. You have another teacher telling you this thing. Now you as a student, you at a certain level, right? And maybe both saying the right things, right? But this one gives you an information that you maybe need in 5 years. And you don't need that now. But this teacher just teaches always the same way.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, where's the, right? In sports, for example, you have certain ladder that you go, right? That you climb, so to say. Meaning, okay, we learn first, I don't know, basic tennis, right? How to hit the ball, first of all. You're not explaining the curve or the angle, how you hit the ball with a racket if you don't know how to hold a racket.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
But same in dancing, right?
Well, many
Sometimes.
people don't. Many people don't.
Okay.
Many people don't.
Well, yeah.
And I have the same experience learning, right?
The methodology here is, well, we start with syllabus, which is the first layer, and this is what basically the technique book is, with the footwork, with rhythms, whatever directions, alignments you need. So
Lillia,
you start with basic.
So sorry. I just wanted to say, before Lillia goes more into detail, we declare that there are 7 different layers. We are not pushing everybody to learn the specific way that we propose. If they want to learn it, it will be there. It is there.
Yeah.
So, for example, our course on, we have posture course already done for standard. We have mechanics course done, but not yet released. It will be released with the new platform.
Okay.
We declare that there are 7 layers into your dancing. If you already have enough knowledge, you can easily just look at the scheme. You don't even need to study our methodology.
And put it on the shelf.
Yeah, and it's actually
gotcha.
The shelves are free for everybody to observe.
Yeah.
If you think that, okay, what do they mean by dynamics? That's something I've never heard in my life. I never heard this word from my teacher. I have no idea what it is. There is a course there that is accessible that you can take. But even, let's say, I don't know, I am more or less complete dancer, and I'm thinking, maybe I can use those shelves in the methodology, those layers, just to systematize the information I already have.
Gotcha.
If people want to learn it, of course, there is information on syllabus and other things.
You cover all the bases, basically. Yeah.
Sorry, Lillia, I just wanted,
because
you wanted to go from syllabus to...
Yeah, so we have syllabus, we have posture, we have mechanics, we have dynamics, we have musicality, performance, and personalization. So those are...
What's personalization?
Personalization is whatever meaning you give into it as a person. No, but there are more unique details about dancing that you can...
I will check out personalization.
You have enough of it, I can just tell by the look.
I like personalization.
That's true that we learn very chaotically.
Coyote is the animal.
Sounds like a coyote.
Not coyotes.
Chaos.
Chaotically.
That's what I said, no?
Coyote.
3 immigrants discuss English language.
This is the struggle of an immigrant in America.
Oh my God, this is so funny.
Coyote, so we learn in the coyote way.
You can in coyote way. Yes, we're learning in how we get to coyotes. Yes, chaotic. Chaotic.
It's a pure chaos.
Chaotic way.
House.
Okay, maybe we nailed it. You know what we mean, right?
Comment below if you found out what we mean.
How do we spell chaotic?
So we begin to dance, and there would be a teacher who really loves personalization. So I have no idea about footwork, and that happened to me personally, which is really exciting. For example, I'm a student and I have no idea about footwork, but I have this coach.
But you personally know the footwork.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I just want to clarify because
I'm a nerd. I'm a footwork police. Iaroslav knows I'm so picky. So let's say I'm a student who doesn't know anything about footwork, and I was that student when I was about 13 years old. I have no idea what's the footwork, what's the mechanics. There's so many things for me still to learn. And I have this coaching with this amazing champion that is so inspiring and blah, blah, blah. And they teach me how should I look at the partner and with the passion of my eye in my eyes, feel
and
something, blah, blah, blah. And I have these kind of tools, and that look doesn't really help me at the competition, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
we
of
also
course,
see a potential course of our methodology is to create a database of teachers who voluntarily will grade themselves what they teach and prefer to teach more.
Can I teach personalization?
Totally.
Yeah. So
I love to teach footwork, for example.
If I have evaluation that I am, let's say, like I am strong dancer, and the strong part would be posture, syllabus, and mechanics. But the weak part would be musicality and personalization. Then I can go and search for a teacher who said and declared that I only want to teach personalization or performance. So you would be doing my routines, right?
Which is personalization.
Then we will be talking about how we look, how we, act on the floor.
And there
stuff
you have
like that.
also the diversification.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
You have a team of people that teach you different things.
Exactly.
Yeah. And we're going kind of...
But it's specified.
Yes.
It's not like you had an experience, right? You go to this teacher, he teaches something, and then you kind of putting a puzzle together and you're so fucking confused.
Of course.
Exactly.
For 10 years, 20 years, and if you're smart enough, you figure it out. If you're not, you fucked, basically.
How do I know
you waste
before...
time.
Yeah.
How do I know
time.
before taking lesson with someone I heard about
Thank
what
you.
he's or she is good at?
Or if I need it. I had teachers when I was growing up that were mostly teaching me abstract things to me. Musicality or personalization or changing my choreography.
Where you needed
struggling. What I really needed mechanics. So posture I was kind of naturally okay, but I really needed mechanics, let's say, right? So I needed to coordinate. I was so uncoordinated, but they were teaching me the musicality.
I liked you
which I couldn't
a lot,
pull it off.
but now I like you even more.
Okay.
I think through through the conversation, I kind of get to know people. Like I feel the energy.
Of course,
I feel
so much time.
like I have a little more touch, like intimate touch with people. And I feel you, and I like it.
Thank you.
A lot.
Funny story. We were just in New York for New York Dance Festival with Iaroslav, and there were 2 ballrooms. He was competing with his student in one ballroom, and I was passing by a second ballroom where there were only kids. And the girl and her mom, they were staying, and the girl is so upset. And the mom's like, stop being nervous. Why so nervous? Put yourself together. And the girl is crying. She's like bursting in her tears. And she's like, how can I not be nervous? I don't know my counts. How can I dance if I don't know my rhythm? And she's right. I'm like, oh my gosh, this girl is on fire. Like you have to know your rhythm.
Exactly,
how can you dance?
Your timing.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm coming back to Ukraine. A few years ago, I was like making a lot of notes. I'm a nerd. I would make all the notes of all my dance lessons. So I open up this notebook and it says, for better tango technique, use more musicality through your knees.
What the fuck is that?
I'm like 12. I'm like, what does it mean?
You were 12 and you wrote down
musicality.
But this is
through
what
the
I've
knees,
heard apparently from. I mean,
wow.
I hope I misinterpret. But this is some kind of thing, and I'm sure
I heard
there
in
can
tango
be.
you gotta walk like a cat and lift the foot in the back.
Yeah, but that's not.
Again, this is musicality, or is this mechanics, or this is how do I use my leg?
Okay,
it's confusing. So Prism method is to solve that confusion.
What is the website for it?
I think by the time you release it, the website will be prismmethod.com.
Prismmethod.com.
With one M. So
Prism
Method.
That's
the website.
Method.
Spell it out.
prismmethod.com. Prism Method with one M. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And that would be great new platform. And again, because we've been declaring some theoretical things here about organization and stuff like that. But this is again our way of solving the problem. We are targeting brand new people with this platform who never danced.
Gotcha.
So anyone can learn, and we're about to produce a course with easy dances for like social dancing, like salsa and bachata and everything else, just to show people all the simple.
Are you teaching it?
No, it will be some other. We are hiring some other people. Yeah.
You learning bachata?
Well, by the time we release that, I hope we are.
Yeah,
fantastic.
It's my dream.
So we have a great team of people who will be teaching it, who are creating our platform.
Yeah.
Professional, tech people, and let's see how it goes. It's like a startup right now. It's only me and Lillia. We are financing, producing, and doing all of the things. Yeah, but I feel like dancing has a lot of potential. It's fun, positive activity. Nothing negative about it as a way of movement and
well, we heard
else.
it when unless you together and you kind of
fighting.
No, I agree. It's a way of exercising. 1, 2, you not going to the gym and you just lifting weights and you just listening
boring,
to the music and just staring at the wall, whatnot,
And it keeps your mind working, which I think it's the best thing, that you are still focused
talking
on
about
learning.
Pro-Am, right? I have this, Lily, right? 91,
I've
right?
seen her, yeah.
She tells me all the time, it keeps me young because I'm thinking about what I'm doing, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
And this and that, and you can tell, okay, yeah, it's just a student, whatnot. But she's still driving, she's still traveling.
Amazing.
She's still, doing all the stuff that we are doing, basically. 91.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So it keeps you young as well.
Socializing with you, with some other people in the
Yes,
studio.
yes, it's a environment.
We have something going on in here. Yeah. And if you ever
Dima.
need Dima, jump on it.
Get ready.
If you ever need a help and wedding dance type of thing, I'm your guy. Okay?
For sure.
If you want to go this direction,
for sure. Yes.
or I like this personalization.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah. So
Guys,
this is a self-declared personalization teacher.
No, I'm not self-declared. Cheers to that. Yes, for sure. Yeah. He goes like that. Guys, it was awesome to chat with you.
Likewise.
And I'm sure we will have a second part of this.
All right.
Some things move, and then, in a half a year, I don't know how it goes. Maybe you promoting the entertainment part of ballroom dancing and box office success. I don't know. But one more question before we go into the final note. How long is your call show?
80 minutes.
80.
Yeah.
You have a like a break in between,
no
like those
intermission.
shows? No
Yeah.
intermission.
No intermission. Seamless.
So it's like seamless 80 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. And so you cannot tell me when exactly you have shows in Los Angeles and other parts, or
LA will be the weekend of September 23. It will be either 23 or 24, but
so
again,
September. Let's do just the months. Okay.
Yeah.
So LA September.
Yeah.
Guys, remember,
September.
LA September.
Everything else cannot tell.
We're
It's
still
still-
negotiating with
everything
the
else.
venues, so we
And
hope
everything
we-
else is
Shortly after that, we will do New York City.
New York City.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got it.
And the venue will have most likely, I know more or less, in
Okay,
Manhattan.
so can we find some? Did you release it like online? Do you have the whole show
Schedule?
online? No. I mean, can
No.
somebody view it online right now? The show.
No, we
No,
have
unfortunately.
teaser of the show, promotional material.
Yeah.
It's on our YouTube channel. Just Colo Dan
Okay.
Show. It's there.
Colo Den Show YouTube channel. Go there. Check it out.
What you can definitely experience as the whole thing is our music album, YouTube Music.
YouTube Music,
someone is
iTunes, Colo
Yeah.
Show.
Spotify.
Find it.
It's
Spotify.
there, yeah. So you can kind of, and that was the idea, get a taste of how it sounds even
Yeah.
before going there.
Fantastic.
But of course, in the big venue, that we are choosing, it sounds even, bigger.
And the visual experience is also different.
It is the visual experience.
Right.
Yeah.
It is basically a seamless animation. It's like a cartoon of its own.
Yeah.
Very captivating
Yeah.
for kids, for adults. And again, it's very unique in its stylistic because it's Ukrainian culture in a modern way. We call it neo-folk.
Yeah.
Ukrainian
Yeah.
neo-folk.
Do you have a merchandise?
We are about to release, yes. By
Yeah.
the time we...
Like Elvis, like I
Yes.
love
Everything
Elvis.
is-
I
I
hate
hate
Elvis.
I love that movie, yeah.
The movie was
Amazing.
great.
We're on the same
recently-
wave, kind of.
Yeah.
Do you realize that? Do you feel it? I feel it.
Well, we're all
I feel it.
here.
I feel it. I
Yeah.
feel
LA vibe.
it. LA vibe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so before we go to the end,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think makes a show memorable, amazing, or unique?
You talking Colo show or any
Not
show?
Colo show.
Any show.
Any show, you as an audience, right? You know the dancer, you have no idea about technique.
Mm-hmm.
What makes a show amazing?
The one that provokes an emotion, a true emotion. If I cry during the show, I remember that. If I really laugh sincerely during the show, I'll remember that. If it provokes a true emotion. Provocation.
Provocate, like stimulating your emotions.
Yeah.
Can you clarify?
Evoking an emotion.
Evoking an emotion.
Mm-hmm.
How can you do that?
We had quite
I
a few
mean,
people at
it's-
Colo dance show that were crying.
So does
No,
it?
you do it-
Is it
You
through
do it.
choreography,
It's
through
very
visual?
simple and difficult at the same time. With the perfect timing, you can use tools like, in our case, dancing, lights, special effects, music.
The
And
plot.
when
The
when
plot.
everything goes in, you
So
know,
story, basically, telling a story.
story
right.
as well. But I can do a lift, or I can do a lift, and I will be highlighted by the lights, and at the same time, the music
man.
will be,
Yeah.
crescendo,
Mhm. Yeah,
and there
yeah.
will be something special on LED screen.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
lift will really, captivate you and get your attention and emotion or anything like that.
The show orgasm.
Yeah, like you said, there is a
Goosebumps.
dance orgasm. There can be a show one.
She's still in my situation over here.
Yeah.
I love it.
Having said
Fantastic.
that, during the first performance, even though I know the show, like our show from the beginning until the end, I was crying at least once when they were performing, and I knew what they're gonna do. I knew the lift that they're gonna do and everything like that.
And I had goosebumps as well when
Yeah,
I
but
was
there
sitting in
was
front of
there
house.
was one song
Dance
and one
orgasm.
particular. Yeah,
Audience orgasm.
me
Audience orgasm.
audience.
Audience
Yes,
orgasm.
Yes.
People,
is
if you
definitely
see
memorable.
Colo show, you have an audience orgasm.
So funny
So
story.
I was crying during one song, and then I could tell Lillia, she was watching the second performance because
Yeah.
during the first one she had different role
I was
to help the
backstage.
dancers.
Yeah.
Because I was front of house both times. So the second time, different thing struck me,
Yeah.
but she was crying. I wasn't crying second one because I already experienced that, right?
Yeah.
But it's not normal that I see the same show twice. This is my job. I'm
Yeah.
not there to be entertained. Yeah, but of course when
But still, it hits
I
you.
should say
right?
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
crying during the first rehearsal. We had general rehearsal, 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. in the morning.
6 a.m. Yeah.
That middle part with Paso Doble, one of the Paso Dobles we have, I had to really, I had to walk out because
You
I was
crashed down.
I crashed,
Yeah.
in at the general
I
rehearsal.
mean, guys,
The
It
show
really struck me.
You know,
goes through different moods.
dramatic.
but
Some of
okay.
them are very.
Let
Mhm.
it hits you much more because what's going on right now. I don't want to go into it. I don't want to get heavy. And it's touching subject, and it hits you twice as hard, or 3 times, or 10 times as hard, right?
Mhm.
Because you telling the story and so on and so forth, and
Funny story about
Yes.
the emotion. I was backstage during the first performance, and Iaroslav was front of house, and we have this headset. So he's like, I'm always like, okay, what's going on there? How are the people reacting?
yeah.
The very first premiere, right?
yeah.
And he's like, I think I see a grandma crying. And I'm like, is it good or bad?
Is she crying bad or good? I said, I think good because
Is it
they're
good?
like-
Yeah, because
That's a
it's like
dramatic moment.
yeah.
Like, I think it's
dramatic,
okay.
yeah.
I'm like, okay, good.
Yeah.
I think, we have to provoke an emotion.
Okay, guys, I want to have a VIP ticket. I pay for it. I wanna see the show.
Reserved.
I want to see
Reserved.
the show though. I want to see the show.
Yeah, then no problem.
And then we need to time it, release the podcast right, 2 weeks before,
No problem.
We talked
Amazing.
about PR and stuff. So
Amazing.
maybe, we
Yeah.
can coordinate and stuff.
Totally.
Yeah.
You
We-
can talk
it
to
would
the
be
PR
awesome.
agent that we have, but we can we can do it, even coordinate without her.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. So,
Thank you for
And you're-
having us.
you want to go?
No,
She's
I thought
like,
you were
you know
wrapping
what? Fuck off, little Daniel.
Little
Personalization, Daniel. Okay, so Jarek, you are the same opinion about the show, or is there something else for the show? Like
Opinion
what
which-
makes a show amazing?
Oh.
Are you the same
Yeah.
opinion? Because we derailed a little bit, but I wanna have your take on it.
Our show or any show?
No, any show,
Any show.
any
probably.
dance show.
Oh, you're talking that
for a
Lillia said
couple.
about
Yeah,
emotions
for a
and
couple.
everything like
so
that.
you see
Oh,
a
yeah,
couple
definitely.
dancing. You see a couple dancing,
Mhm.
right? And then what makes it memorable for you, or amazing for you, or unforgettable for you?
We are right now discussing things that have been already discussed.
I
And,
understand.
and
I
books
understand.
were written and stuff like that. It's just like a science, right?
Yeah.
We are definitely
No, okay,
selling
okay.
emotions. I
Your
agree with
personal
Lillia.
opinion.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
personal opinion.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree 100%. It's an emotion, and it's an emotion that hopefully, if the show is really good,
Yeah.
right, will inspire you and pull you up to,
To do something else.
to
Yeah.
be a better person, or to think about something
Yeah, yeah,
better,
yeah.
Or
you
to
know,
go
to
and
inspire you.
do something little, to go and say a compliment to another
Yeah, yeah,
person,
yeah,
to
yeah,
say
yeah.
I love you to somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
just
yeah,
to
yeah.
lift you up. Yeah.
And
Or
it
to
can
make
be
you think
done-
about something
It
important.
can be done again. The emotion can be provoked like different technique. Let's say we were watching many years ago Cirque du Soleil, Michael Jackson performance in
Yeah, yeah.
Las Vegas, and so
Mo-
there was
can you
some
turn- can you
emotion. Yeah, there was
Yeah.
some emotion that I got, and I got it for a different reason, because the song was familiar song from Michael Jackson. It evoked
Which
some
song? Dirty
Um,
Diana.
Mm-hmm.
Dirty
No,
Liana. Not Liana. Oh my God.
We're not talking about you.
Liana, I'm so sorry, Liana.
different.
Diana.
Dirty Diana. No, I wanted to do play of
Uh-huh.
words, but I said Liana instead of Lillia.
It's okay. Many people confuse the name.
Lillia.
I was called
Dirty
Liana
Lillia.
a few times.
Oh shit. No, we have a Liana in our dance industry
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the same studio, so I wasn't. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, so
Cheers.
the song.
Yeah, so what
pro-
song was it? Oh my God.
You're in trouble.
So
Daniel.
embarrassing.
You're gonna
Yeah,
get
I'm
really
in trouble. Yeah.
Mm,
If Liana watches until this moment.
It's okay if she watches.
I think the song was. I actually remember because the emotion was very strong.
Yeah.
I think it was. What's the name of it? They don't really care about us. Something like. What is
Oh,
that
I love
song,
this song.
Right?
Ursula?
They don't. Yeah.
Is it
No,
They
not
no.
that.
They don't care about us.
They don't care about
Oh,
us.
this
That's
was
the
a
name
song.
of the song,
You need
right?
to watch an interview from the manager or somebody talking about this song, how it came about.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And
Go
there
ahead.
is a moment in that song
Yeah.
that musically is very strong, right? And then I think that evokes some emotion that maybe first time as a kid I was listening to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how. But we're speculating on like Michael
Yeah, yeah,
Jackson subject. It's like really famous.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
No, it
the
doesn't
challenge
matter.
is,
But
that's how it
evoking
works.
emotions.
That's
Right.
how it
right.
works. Yeah.
Emo-
So I agree
em-
with what
em-
Lillia said.
Our life is so overwhelming with the amount of information
Yeah.
that we consume every day right now. So unless it really moves us personally, unless
Mhm.
it really goes through us, it really goes past us.
Yeah.
And the
yeah.
amount is so, again,
So
overwhelming.
you kind of skimming through
Yeah.
and you kind of like ignoring what
you have
doesn't
to,
move
yeah,
you.
because the brain is not able to process.
Overwhelmed. Yeah. Yeah.
So unless you really experience it, and this is why we call the show immersive, that unless you really immerse into it, unless you feel it, that is just another show.
Got it.
So our aim, our goal is to really touch people's heart.
That's
touch
amazing because I know you just as a couple, and I was following you from the beginning because obviously we see each other, we saw each other on the competition and so on, and I was talking to you all the time, and yeah, it's amazing to see the evolution, like and we didn't talk like this. We
For
just
so long.
hi, how you doing? Oh,
Sure.
how was competition? Oh, where's your next competition? Oh, this student, that student. Oh, hi, how you doing in the studio, right? Oh, yeah,
Sure.
you teaching. Oh, 5 lessons, blah blah blah. So it wasn't deep enough to actually
You need to spend
get
time
to
to
Sure.
right. So it's really very pleasant to see the evolution, like you go through.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for this conversation.
Listen, I'm
And
doing
also, Daniel,
I'm selfish. I'm doing it for
congratulations.
myself.
yeah,
come on.
congratulations
Congratulations
on
on
the
this
studio,
project.
on the studio as well.
Yes.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you, thank you, thank you,
The
thank you.
studio Dance
Thank you.
Around the Clock in
Dance around the
Monrovia.
clock. Yes.
Very, very beautiful
Oh,
space. Yeah.
this episode is sponsored.
Bye.
No, but really, we
Yeah.
really enjoy the space. I was just teaching somewhere else today, and they're asking, "Oh, where do you teach?"
What?
Usually, I'm like, I am mostly there because it's
Yeah.
so light and it's big and
Thank
all the
you.
windows. I really love the
you.
windows
yeah.
I
It's
put my
amazing.
heart
The
into
atmosphere is great.
and the coffee,
Yeah.
the bar.
And you told me
Thank you.
Olga doesn't like the layouts of the sofas,
it. No,
but
shit.
we like
Oh
it.
my
Oh, we
god!
love it.
Yeah.
I get in trouble for this one. now.
Olga,
Yeah.
let's vote.
Oh shit. Okay. You put me on the spot. I'm red right now. I get in trouble.
Now
with
he's
Olga
wrapping up.
No, it's lovely. I love it.
Okay.
So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We
Thank you.
will
thank
see
you.
you at the studio.
Oh shit. I'll be in trouble. No, not until I release it. Okay, guys.
Maybe the sofa layout by then is like the sofas are not even there.
Right. Right. So, this show is about lessons you learned following your passion.
Mhm.
What is your lessons, life lessons that you're using maybe every day? Maybe you learned one lesson hard and you don't do the mistake ever again. And we had some heartbreak over here.
Definitely. Actually, the heartbreak teaches you a lot.
Okay. Tell me.
I think it's a great question. Makes me actually think about it.
You're welcome.
The first thing that comes to my mind is really to fight for what you love.
Mm.
That's one of the lessons for sure I learned in my life.
Yeah. You mean for Yarik? You fought for Yarik?
That as well.
Okay, so you tricked
I
him
didn't
to
actually.
text you.
No, I didn't actually. That's
He
what I
fought for you.
that's what I thought eventually, I guess, but like this is the advice that I would give myself, a younger self
Okay.
right now.
So would you say you compromised a lot of things and you didn't go for what you love, or what would you say that?
Yeah, I think some things in my life turned out quite good eventually,
Yeah.
but perhaps they could have happened to me earlier, or maybe everything could have been.
But you see, that's the mystery, because I think because you had this experience, that's why it turned out the way it turned out.
We never know, right?
Exactly, right? Yeah.
That's the magic of it.
Yeah.
But it's a great question. I mean, that's the first thing that comes to my mind.
Mm.
But I should definitely give it more thought. Maybe I'll be back
That's
with
a
my
second-
answer in the
That's
comments
the second
by
episode.
the
Yeah,
time
yeah,
the
yeah.
video is released.
Right.
Do you know the answer?
So that's
For
the one.
yourself?
That's the only one.
I think so. I don't want to rush, and like I have to actually think about
Think about it. Okay.
For the
Yarik?
next episode.
it. The next
episode.
episode. Let's
Sure.
keep it an
Sure.
open question.
Yeah.
That's actually exciting for me to
I
also
will be
explore.
more, for me, like even more down to earth, talking about dancers.
They don't care about us.
Dancers experience. I did have a moment in my dance career that was way before professionals or anything like that.
How old were you?
Where, I don't know, maybe I was 17, 18, something like that, struggling for results and different things.
Yeah.
So there was a choice to go more political or to go more less political and more about development
Dancing.
of dancing and other
yeah.
things. And at that time, I choose more political way. And I think,
I hit the mic.
and I think that it was not worth it. It was not worth it because deep inside
shocked.
I felt like political gave me something, definitely. I'm not saying
Yeah.
it was all
So
bad.
meaning,
But-
what he means, to explain to the audience what he means political, meaning taking lessons from the judges, which we discussed.
Which were not teaching the best possible way, I should say. Yeah.
But they were teaching, judging a lot of competition.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So I chose that course, but eventually I came back to the other course anyways.
And what's the other course?
To have, talking your explanation, to have less lessons from judges who judge, but more from people who are good teachers, but they are not judging.
Yeah.
So then I take this product, and those people will still judge me, right?
Yeah.
But then probably I will get more confidence because I would know that was really good product, And eventually, maybe takes longer time, but I feel like there is anyways, quality prevails at some point. Yeah. But you have to be ready. I'm not saying it's an easy one. So for me,
doesn't it come back to you gotta be true to yourself, so to
true
say?
to yourself, yeah. So basically
following your heart, following
for sure.
For me, I felt like my true to myself would be less political and more developing of art, let's say, right? Yeah, but I learned it kind of both ways.
Yeah.
That way, the wrong
way.
But
see, again,
it takes time.
No, but as you mentioned, right? You took this experience actually showed you. Okay, I don't wanna do. You experience it, right? And then
experience what I don't want to do.
Yes.
Exactly,
yes.
right.
Then I
so
choose
it's
what
like an elimination process, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's one of the ways. Yeah.
But if you don't experience that, maybe you would regret, and you would still think about, should I go more political?
Maybe should have done it, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, but then you eventually find
for sure
the true way that it's good for you.
But
not for other people, right? But for you.
For you, yeah.
For sure.
Whichever way you go, it's fine because it's no judgment zone.
Judgment-free zone, my
judgment-free.
There we go.
Another lesson I think that we've learned, together with Iaroslav is that you have to do you. Nobody really cares.
Oh, do you, boo-boo, do you. That's a quote from Kevin Hart. Hi, Kevin. Maybe one day I have you on the podcast. He was telling a joke. Do you, boo-boo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no one really cares. We all are so concerned about, what do people think if we
I'm not anymore.
do this? Yes.
I was.
Personalization.
Yes.
I'm not anymore.
This is also something that we've learned later in our career.
So you don't care what people think about you?
This is what Iaroslav has mentioned. We didn't care in the end of our career in terms of dancing.
No. I'm asking now.
Overall, of course I'm aware. I think I'm not as concerned as I was a couple of years ago. So there is a process. Of course, I am not doing crazy stuff and not saying all the things I would say.
I'm saying those things.
I'm saying more than I need to already.
You do? It doesn't seem like it though.
No, most of the time. I mean, I think
it doesn't seem like it at all.
I think I'm not as
at least with
political
me, I don't know.
correct as I probably
really
could have been. Yes.
You were politically correct the whole time. 3 hours. Yeah.
The mic is still on. So yeah, but I mean, I'm aware, but I'm not as concerned. So I've learned through ballroom dancing, particularly through the last couple of years of our career, to express myself more freely in terms of what do I want to do, how do I want to look, what do I want my dresses to look like.
Yeah.
And they say, this dress is too short. I love it. I don't care. This dress is too narrow. I love it. It's like, your hair is weird. The ballroom dancing that in a way taught me.
Your hair is not weird.
No, I mean dance hair.
Oh,
that's what dancing taught me.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so would you say you took it to your personal life?
I would say so. Yeah, especially something.
I would say so. Look at her. Yeah, the style is.
Confidence.
She's rocking it.
I think actually yes, this is something to do with the that is something that started with the dance dresses and it transferred, let's say, into my clothing style in the regular life.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely ballroom dancing teaches you a lot.
Yeah.
From every aspect of life.
Awesome.
Great activity again.
Yeah.
Everybody
you have another lesson that you want to share with us?
Not really.
He goes, not really.
It's a man of few
We're
words.
here 3 hours. I want to go home and eat.
No, that's fine. But I do have Lillia knows it. Like I do have very non-judgmental mind.
Really?
Yeah.
He
So
does.
if I do something, I do it.
Yeah.
If I need to analyze, I analyze. But I'm
Yeah.
not gonna 1,000 times compare,
Yeah.
dig to find
But
the
you
problem.
see, guys,
and
I
things
see
like
you
that.
as a so composed people, not composed,
Mhm.
not composed.
Coyote.
No, not coyote, not composed.
Got it.
Yeah.
Composed, like
Thank you.
like
Yeah. We
put
understand.
together,
Yeah.
right? Put together,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
right? Are you?
That's ballroom dancing. Yes, put us together.
No, but you very structured. I already understand that you're very structured, very organized, very like
We
kind
both are.
you know,
Yes.
like lines and this and that, right? But
It's really hard to express some idea or vision without discipline, because people would simply not
now
understand
you're quoting Rick Rubin.
what.
Hi, Rick.
Yeah. What you're
Podcast, my buddy.
Danny
what
the
you're
gypsy.
trying what you're trying to
Imagine
even
he
tell them.
replies you back.
Oh my God.
We'll send him a link.
Yeah.
So I can say again the lessons that I have learned from Colo Den show,
Yeah.
that the hardest part is to be able to put all your creative thought process into email. I mean, that's as simple and difficult at the same time as that. So you think about,
You have to be able to.
you're a rock star, it's going to be a fire effect at your show, but unless you can put it in the email and communicate with a large group of people so they understand what you want to do. Yeah, this is all just talking. It's a theoretical bullshit that will never happen, basically. Or you need to engage some people to your project. If you cannot explain it to them in less than like 2 minutes,
Forget it.
in
Understand.
enough details, then forget it. You might as well not even call them,
Gotcha.
because otherwise the impression would be, so you were talking about composed, if I'm not able to give in 2 minutes the answer what is Prism method or what I want to do with whatever stuff, then I think you need to be
Those are the lessons,
somewhat
learned.
composed and disciplined. It's just the reality.
Well said. Guys, thank you very much for coming
you.
and talking to me
Thank
and
you.
Yeah,
going
thank you.
through our difficult situation, technical. But yeah,
Oh, it's great.
I
working.
I mean, I like you even more, as I said. I
Thank
like
you,
you even
thank you.
more
We like you
than
too.
I liked you before, and I'm looking forward to the second part.
Okay, another.
If it happens, whenever it happens, I don't know. Dimitri, make sure you check the situation with the entertainment part of the project. We have a project going on.
Which part?
Apparently.
Apparently. I need to rewatch, because you know what happens? Every time I have a podcast, I'm talking 2 hours, 3 hours, whatnot. And then when I finish the podcast, I don't remember shit.
Okay.
Like it's like, and then
It's
when I'm
gone.
editing, right, I'm going like, oh, we talked about this.
Great idea.
Oh my God, we talked about this, right? So it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have library of ideas.
Yeah.
This is good.
Recorded.
Yes, and we'll share with you because
thank you very much.
because
Thank you. We
yeah.
had a great time.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
And this is and always be your judgment-free zone. I'm your host, Dania the Gypsy, and this is Dance, Art, and Life podcast. Have a good night, guys.
Bye-bye.